The life force of your bond. A power like life itself. Unseen for generations. A dyad in the force.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dyad in the Force, episode 116?
160?
116?
I am Ron Burgundy.
Let's see here. It is... I don't know. It's another episode.
That's all that matters. That's all
Yeah,
good.
that's all that matters. I'm your host, Element. With me...
And I'm Choco, and together we are the Dyad in the Force.
What's going on? Kenny Brock Jones, haven't seen you in a while. Cal4, Nedrax, NP, hello. Silver Glass, it's been a while since I've been to one of these. It has been a while. Kenny, let's go early crew. Is there a way you could have subtitles? I'm partially deaf, so I can't really hear what you're saying. There
Is
are
there a
some.
way?
I think YouTube has live captions. If you click on the musical note, and you go to, if you're using Chrome, by the way, I'm sorry. If you're using Chrome, and you're on our stream, you can click the musical note with the 3 lines next to it to control, and there should be a toggle that says live caption. Otherwise, I will have to look into tools to provide that for you. But currently, I do not have anything like that working. But I do like to think that we speak clearly enough for Google's live caption to work. But go ahead.
We'll try to enunciate. So
Yeah.
do what we can.
So, interesting episode we have for you today. We will be talking about Pabu, the latest Bad Batch episode, as well as the latest Mandalorian episode. Do we have any guests today? We do not, but you can be a guest. Pinned to the chat right now is a link to join the conversation. We'll be taking those calls later in the episode, usually around the 30-minute mark. So 30 minutes from now, we'll be taking live calls for you guys to join if you want to join the conversation and talk with us. Also, we'll be taking guests to participate in our Real Fans Would Know segment, which is just actually Star Wars edition. And today's Real Fans Would Know is sequel trilogy edition. So all of the statements will be in the about the sequels. How's it going, Choco?
I am doing all right. Just just grinding away, doing my thing. We got a lot of excellent Star Wars this week, though. I am stoked. I do feel like I kind of addressed it in a video, but I see a lot of people calling this episode filler, and eventually later in the stream when we get to it, we got to talk about what filler means.
I mean, I think we can address it now really quickly.
Yeah. I mean, so the term filler, for anyone who doesn't know, it typically comes from the anime world because you'll be watching an anime while they're still making the manga, and eventually the anime show will catch up to the manga. And because they don't know what the story is going to be, they can't keep animating stuff. So they just tell random stories on the side. That's filler. It doesn't progress anything. You can skip over it. I recently watched Bleach. There are several back-to-back seasons entirely filler. I haven't seen anything like that in The Mandalorian. I mean, it's only been 3 episodes. And largely the Bad Batch, maybe a handful that I could say didn't progress either the characters or the stories. But yeah, what do you think?
So filler actually does have a textbook definition, and that is something. It is an episode or chapter of a story that is chronologically and narratively disconnected from what's happening in the show. So yeah, we can point to anime and manga for all of this because it happens quite frequently there. But the easiest way to describe a filler is if, like, in one episode we see Din and Bo-Katan on Mandalore, and they're like talking about Mandalorian history, and then the next episode they're suddenly on Tatooine having a cup of caf with Boba Fett. That's chronologically and narratively disconnected. That would be a filler. But if the next episode they continue to talk about Mandalorian history and it's just them talking and it's uninteresting to you, that's not a filler. It's just maybe uninteresting to you. And a lot of people who use the word filler like to use it for episodes that are uninteresting. Like the latest example of The Mandalorian with the Pershing sequence. That is not filler, it is world building, and it builds upon the previously established narrative of Grogu and the scientists and their research into Strandcasts.
Yeah.
It's narratively needed. It is not disconnected in any way. So yeah, the easiest way to spot a filler is if it's just like, wait, why are they all of a sudden here? So like that's why it's like it's so easily distinguishable in anime, as because, like, you know, if you're watching an anime and the main character they're on a main mission and they have to save the world, but then like the next episode they're just like they have to like
find out what's behind Kakashi's mask.
Yeah, or they have to like make decorations for a party. That is like narratively and chronologically inconsistent with what they are currently doing. Because a lot of times in anime, they're often like Planet B, and then like all of a sudden they're on Planet C doing some fun stuff. It's a filler. It has nothing to do with what they're currently supposed to be doing canonically in the established narrative.
Yeah. I was confused when they were like about to confront Lord Eisen, and then the next episode they all just went to the beach and just vibed. It's like, all right, that's cool. So I like how I'm taking the word fill away from people until they can use it responsibly. I love that. Anyways, how are you doing, Pep?
I'm doing good. Looking forward to Celebration in London.
Absolutely.
In less than 3 weeks, we will make landfall in London. And I think it's both our first times in London.
Oh, yeah.
We got a lot to do, a lot to experience, and a lot of people on the other side of the pond to meet. It was an absolutely amazing experience to meet everyone here in Anaheim for the first time during Celebration there. And when they announced that Celebration was going to be in London, I started thinking about, like, holy crap, I have like 50 more mutuals that talk like this. And I was like, maybe I'll meet them too. But, you know, a lot of us from this community, and I say from this community, but everyone's in this community, a lot of us that met in Celebration Anaheim are still going there. So it's good to be seeing everyone else there again, including Ace at Astra. Our friend Fern, will be seeing her, and our resident Corky, Julia. Still a lot more people to meet in Celebration.
Yeah, and also it'll be nice for Grandmaster Bale to not continuously complain about how he can't drink.
That's true.
There was kind of an issue because we did a big karaoke thing with a ton of other content creators and mutuals, but the place, you know, was over 21, and we had a number of people that were 19, 20, you know, hanging out with us, and they couldn't stay, you know, and that was kind of a bummer. So yeah, we won't have that happen this time.
Yeah. The new Bad Batch episode did progress the story. The only reason people think it's filler is because it wasn't very interesting, which is why I like to distinguish or establish that fillers have nothing to do with whether or not the content you're seeing is interesting.
words mean things, and we should
Yeah.
we should use them properly.
Did anyone else think that the far camera shots of Pabu remind you of the planet Luke was on in The Last Jedi? I can't remember the name of it, just the scenery, not the vibe though. I mean, it could be. Octo was
Like
the
a
island
tropical
planet.
octo.
Yeah. I can't find the subtitles, so I'm just going to try and cheese my headphones around my hearing aid. I'm so sorry, Silverglass. I will personally look into installing some kind of tick, to make up for the lack of captions.
Yeah, I'm sure we can figure out something. Yeah, we also have Star Wars English class will be live on the HoloNet news stage. April 8th at 11:30 a.m. And so yeah, if you want to see really smart people talk about Star Wars in a very smart way, that's amazing. Check them out.
I also like to include lovely people because they are in fact lovely.
This is true.
We will also be on the HoloNet news stage as part of a panel on the Sunday of Celebration. So, I forget what time exactly. Hold on. All I gotta do is bring up our calendar, you know? But, let's see here.
Good.
It says 8:30 a.m., but that's most likely Pacific here.
Yeah, that's the thing. 'Cause I have no idea what time means in relation to that, you know?
Yeah. But I think that's like... Wait, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4:30. On that Sunday, we'll be on the HoloNet news stage at 4:30 p.m. British summertime, I think, or British standard time, or springtime. I don't know how you guys tell time. Did y'all start early today? No, it's 5 p.m.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Did you forget to put your time forward since last week?
Oh, yeah, that could have been.
Have you been running an hour behind all week?
Sorry, this song was just like bopping, and it took me out of it. Just totally random, but something I'm gonna make is Pog soup. The Pog soup that they have on the Mandalorian. They put out a recipe. Yeah, it's basically roasted bell peppers, grinded up, some curry powder, ginger, turmeric, coriander, vegetable broth. And you make a soup. So yeah, we'll be trying that, and I'll let you all know how it goes.
Did y'all? Oh wait, no. Okay, I tried to get tickets to Celebration, but every time I looked, they were sold out. So I'm reduced to waiting until next year. I hope you guys have fun. Have an amazing time. Rams. I think. And DePaul, correct me if I'm wrong. I think we have an extra ticket. We have tickets for obviously us. We have the giveaway, and I believe we have another one. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm giving you guys false hope. Never mind. All tickets are spoken for.
But more importantly, at the behest of Young, I will be using coconut milk for that soup because that does sound really good.
Mm-hmm. I will be glued to my phone when y'all are at Celebration. Hopefully they stream some stuff. We'll see. It'd be interesting to see our faces on some kind of live stream that Star Wars is doing. Don't give me hope. Yeah, I apologize. I wasn't thinking, because the one ticket that is spoken for, I haven't been. Nothing has moved on that front. So it's not actually officially spoken for, DePaul. Unless you tell me it is, because I haven't heard anything. Let's see here. Want to know something kind of sad? I actually could have made it to Celebration this year the way everything worked out for me. Well, you know, the next one we'll have 2 years to save up for it, right?
Yeah, so there's not one next year. So what do y'all say around April to get a bunch of people and go to Disneyland?
Yeah. Let's have our own. Let's have our Dyad celebration. If we can plan that out, we don't have to wait until the next celebration. In fact, we can even plan like panels from people in the community to put on.
Oh, that'd be dope.
If we can schedule a venue like with like a hotel like conference room, we can have panels from like Star Wars English class, Conspiracy Cantina, and Podwants podcast to be a part of. Man, are we already planning a Dyad Con? Are we planning Disneyland? Fern asks, Dyad celebration in June in California? Or are we doing it in Florida for Disney World?
I mean, I said land because it's more convenient for me personally,
Yeah.
but not opposed.
Daikon? Yeah, no, we ain't radishes here, Kenny. It would be DyadCon. Hopefully somebody who watches anime catches that reference.
No, I'm sorry.
You don't know what daikon radishes are?
Oh, I've never heard them referred to as daikon radishes, but I've seen radishes eaten in anime. I assume those are daikon.
Yeah, those are the big ones that are like like engorged carrots, but white.
Yes.
No, well, I'll have to wait until they do anyone? What?
Another one is what.
Oh. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Of course, next year we have the entire year to do whatever we want, and make it as expensive or make it as cheap as we want to make it. If it's just a gathering and we all go to Galaxy's Edge, that's perfectly fine. But it would be cool to have maybe a 3-hour spot where people from the community will just kind of rotate in to do a conference style musical chairs podcast.
Yeah, even that. But we could also rent out a movie theater, right? And then watch something together, or I don't know. I just feel like there's a bunch of opportunity to hang out, benefit, hobnob, rub elbows, all those things.
Hobnob.
I've never heard that as an expression. Okay. Hobnobbing.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I might have in terms of networking. But it's not something that I've used.
It's an old fogey term, so I don't fault you.
Rent a theater, movie vote, then Mario Kart.
Yeah, I'm into that. We've done Projector Mario Kart and Projector Smash Brothers, and just had a damn good time. So, yeah, I'm into it.
For sure, we'll think of something to put on and get everybody, in the area, and anybody who wants to visit California. We'll think of something for 2024. But yeah, speaking of of news we got this week, I mentioned it quite literally a couple of minutes ago. They announced that Acolyte would be premiering right after Ahsoka in 2024, which means we have a release date for Ahsoka, and we have a release date for Acolyte, which means we're getting 2 lore-heavy shows immediately, one after the other.
Yep. and hopefully we hopefully there's a reason for that. I don't know. I love how I was really worried about having Bad Batch Mandalorian overlap, but then there's certain parts in both shows that I'm glad that we're overlapping. We're getting this cloning dialogue, and I think it was intentional, and I hope the end of Ahsoka gives us like a little leapfrog into it, into the past.
That'd be kind of cool, especially if they kind of like Chekhov's gun it. It's like, oh, this was a tablet, probably during the High Republic. It reads Li Jung-jae. And then the Acolyte premieres. Li Jung-jae is like, "Hi, I'm Jedi Master Li Jung-jae." That would be first of all, he has a name that is awesome already for Star Wars.
It is for sure.
Master Yoda, who's the new person on the council? That is Master Li Jung-jae. Oh, that fits.
I mean, which by the way, we've gotten names that don't fit in my opinion already, like Master Douglas. That'll never not be funny to me.
Yeah, Douglas Sunvale. I'm waiting for. Well, no, the other one was Reginald.
Yeah.
Have you guys read Battle Scars yet? We have read Battle Scars. We might.
I need to do a video on it.
Yeah.
How did you feel overall? Non spoilers. No one has to run away.
I really liked it. I really enjoy Sam Maggs' writing style. It's very whimsical and it's very like honest. And you don't get that very often, right? A lot of authors like to speak in this sort of like assertive sort of prose that it is akin to DJO's prose writing, where it's very honest to the character, and we're not getting like this omniscient voice. We're getting their own voice. And I loved that for everything that Marin was.
Yeah. I'm so glad we got like a woman writing for Marin, being such a big part of this story, because there's certain things that I was just like, it was so subtle, but like so well done. And I don't know. I also reread the X-Wing books recently, and a lot of the romance stuff was pretty ham-fisted. And I'm just happy people can approach that with some humanity. You know what I mean? Not
more than humanity, just practicality.
Yeah. No, I mean, when I say humanity, I mean approach it like it's not something that was ripped out of, I don't know, Hustler magazine. Is that magazine still?
Yeah. I truly appreciated Maggs's prose on this one. It was very, very honest. It was very within the voices of each character. So whenever like we got prose from like Seer or Cal, it was in their voice.
Yeah.
It wasn't like very descriptive of them,
And specifically, there's some cases where a character was coming to a realization that they didn't quite grasp, and that came across so clearly of like, this is on the cusp of a realization, but since they haven't quite processed it yet, it's not there. And again, like you said, her prose is excellent and written delicately. That being said, overall, it's definitely not my favorite or up there, but where this book hit, it hit really well and really hard. And a lot of the dark side lore that we got in there, specifically with the Night Sisters, super cool. Cool.
Yeah. I remember doing a video on the Night Sister magic, and one of the comments was like, do you think we'll get more in Battle Scars? And I was hoping we would. And we definitely got a lot. We got a lot. We get to meet Sabine. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to spoil anything. Let's see. I keep hearing that we will be getting Ahsoka and Rao this week. Is that Rao or Ro? I'm thinking you meant like.
It means
R-A-U.
Fin Rao.
I have a feeling we're gonna get Ahsoka and Sabine, and this isn't something that I know, but it is something that like so Sabine makes perfect sense because she's narratively and spiritually connected to the Darksaber. Ahsoka Ahsoka makes sense. Wow. Ahsoka makes sense because, you know, Bo-Katan has been dropping hints that they used to fight side by side, and the Imperial remnants in the Pershing sequence hint at like, you know, a revisit to who is going to essentially serve as the antagonist. But also, you know, Filoni and Favreau have been doing the press stuff and been doing interviews for season 3, and without prompt, Favreau mentioned Sabine, and without prompt, Filoni mentions Ahsoka. And I feel like, you know, I think Filoni directed the next episode, didn't he?
So I actually am gonna disagree with that theory, mostly because today, Carl Weathers tweeted that he directed the next episode, and that the next episode was called The Foundling. But I mean, it was co-written by Dave Filoni. But literally, he put this out like, I don't know, 4, maybe 5 hours ago, like just Carl Weathers tweeting it himself. So I feel pretty confident, and we could see that in like bracketing the episode if we get something similar to like what we got this week. But since this is called The Foundling, I assume we are going to follow Grogu's journey from Order 66 to Mando getting him. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, so we recently found out that Filoni directed specifically the Darth Vader scene in Rogue One. So I think they could Carl Weathers could very well be directing the next episode, The Foundling, and just like they've been, you know, with the convert and the apostate, it could not be talking about anybody, but it could be talking about Grogu, who is the Foundling. And they could go Order 66, and they could bring in Ahsoka and Sabine. And Dave Filoni will direct those scenes with Ahsoka and Sabine. And I think we get them just primarily because, I mean, why does Favreau bring up Sabine in a Mandalorian Season 3 interview? And just for context, you know, they're talking about Grogu and how he is potentially another Mandalorian Jedi. And he's saying, like, no, that's not necessarily true. I think Sabine is closer to that. And then they have this whole kind of like, you know, shooting the crap with Dave Filoni and Favreau. But it's interesting that he mentioned Sabine. And I feel like we are going to get her. And with Sabine comes Ahsoka. So who knows?
Yeah, and I think they're leaning into to a Jedi may just be the belief system, you know what I mean? Sabine training with Kanan and Ezra and seeing how they sacrifice and what they sacrifice, even if she's not grabbing things with the Force, she's got a little Jedi in her, you know what I mean? It's hard to deny. So yeah, I think we got a lot of really, really cool stuff coming up.
That statement could be taken a myriad of ways. That's not to suggest everything. But
I also think there is a reason that the casting for Sabine came earlier than a lot of others.
I just know that reaction is going to be magnificent when Sabine does show up, because I'm going to lose my figurative and literal shit. And I don't feel sorry for any of our reactor guests that will be on at that time, but we'll see who we got. Actually, no, we know who you got next week. Next week for our Mandalorian, next Mandalorian reaction, we have Star Wars lawyer and Sawyerism on. So we're gonna be getting some reactions out of people for next episode. As a Sabine simp, this would be a great time and wildly appreciated. Very much appreciated because Natasha Liu.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
I get I always have trouble talking about, simping for characters because I'm always like, how old were they in this? I can sim for them now though, right?
Yeah.
Look at you, High Republic. No comment.
All right. I think it's time we can go ahead and go into Bad Batch and the Mandalorian. We'll start with Bad Batch, and we do have someone waiting in the wings. Your camera is off, so I'm assuming you just kind of went AFK. So I'll wait until you're back and ready to go, and then we'll. Okay, never mind. They're ready to go. Let's see. Give me 1 second to pull them in. Which means that calls are now open, guys. If you want the link in the chat.
Yeah, we would be honored if you would join us.
Hello?
Hello?
Who is this?
Hello. It's me. I've been expecting you.
How are you?
I'm alright. It's 8:30 a.m. So just woke up.
Oh, really? Yeah, it is.
Wait, you said 8:30 a.m.?
A.m.
He's also one of the
Australia.
people that we're going to meet.
Now I'm just extra confused because I could have sworn this time was like the evening. Okay, whatever. My brain doesn't work. Doesn't matter. Don't worry about it.
Let's see.
I won't.
How did you feel about this episode of the Bad Batch? You got to see Pabu. I assumed we were going to be talking about Pabu from the Legend of Korra, but I was mistaken. Our little weasel friend. But yeah, what'd you think?
It was a pretty chill episode. I liked it. We don't get to see too many natural disasters in Star Wars, so always cool to see some of those, which is a weird thing to say.
Okay.
But I kind of hope the Bad Batch do settle down there for a while anyway.
Although I won't say it's needed because our boy Crosshair needs a little bit of help right now.
That is also true.
Do you think that Crosshair is going to get reconditioned? Do you think they're going to retread that ground?
I think they'll try, because he's not expendable, so they would want to keep him. I think he's going to escape though, or maybe the Bad Batch helps him escape, something like that. I can't see him staying with the Empire after the season ends.
Yeah, I hope we don't see him hooked up to a mind flayer. I'm praying that we don't see that. But yeah, as a genetic specimen, especially if they're studying Strandcasts, which I was like, say it, damn it, they didn't say it. But yeah, if that's what they're studying, then a genetically engineered clone would be a great thing for them to study.
Yeah. I think a lot of Star Wars these days are just say it. They won't say it. They won't say Satine. They won't say Strandcast, but they
won't
will
say Padme.
But they will say strands and casts separately.
Yeah. Oh, the
Through the
first
magic of
cast.
editing.
The first cast didn't take to it, but what was that? And he gets interrupted, and you're like, "Come on, we know what you're doing. Just say it."
Let's see here. What do you guys do for your books? Do you buy a physical copy or ebook? I buy all of the versions because sometimes I like to hold the Kindle and sometimes I like to hold the book. But I definitely need the audiobook so I can go at it at 3x.
Efficiency.
More often than not, we get donations, which we very much appreciate the ability to check out some of these books early and put out our thoughts and feelings. So it's a privilege and a pleasure.
NP asks, what about Cody though? Do you think Cody's in a similar situation as Crosshair?
Yeah, what do you think, Nedrick? Because they said, he escaped. Did he?
I think he's with Rex and oh god, I'm blanking on the name. Fake
Echo?
Star Wars fan. Yes, Echo. I think he's with Rex and Echo at this point. And then the Bad Batch are going to need their help for something. And then Cody's just going to be there, I think.
That's
Okay.
That's different from what
Or,
I think.
or, like, he could have found Wolf and Gregor by this point. Like, either one. I think.
I think Cody is in Mount Tantus.
Yeah.
Because they showed us the assassins, or the assassin that had like extreme conditioning. I think that's what they're trying to do with Crosshair next, and I think that's already happened to Cody. But I do think that Rex and Echo are going to save them, along with Quinlan Voss. Got it.
Nice. Snuck it in.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see the origins of the Mind Flayer, because I think they're gonna pair it up so that we see its effects, so that the next time we see Dr. Pershing, a lot of the fan base will already know what to expect.
Yeah.
I have a question for everyone in the chat as well as everyone here. We got some romance popping off in this episode. What did you think of my boy Tech getting, making moves, making waves?
I've seen people say that it's weird, and honestly, I can think of a few relationships that are weirder.
Looking at you, Sice Noodles.
Also, non sequitur, Ned. Do you mind if I call you Ned?
You can call me Ned.
The math isn't mathing. Are you in? Remind me. Are you in New Zealand?
No, that's Star Wars Facts Guy. I'm in Australia.
Oh, okay. I mean,
West Australia.
I kept on thinking you were in like the UK, but then the time zones weren't. Okay, got it.
Just
Apologies.
It's at 8 a.m. Yeah. So I don't think it's weird, and I mean she was already angling at it from the beginning, but I was worried all this time that the reason we were getting so much development with Tech was because they were, but no, now I'm starting to think the reason we're getting so much development is to set him off on this journey, because now we know he's like, just because I don't express things the way that you do doesn't mean I don't feel them. And so now we can look at his relationship and interactions with Fee, both past and present, with a different eye.
Yeah.
I call it Feetic.
Feet pics.
Feetic. That's their ship name.
Also, young Marianne. It looks like you guys have a lot to say about this. Why don't you call in? Lines are open. Contribute your voices to this discussion. And Silverglass over here in the UK, it's 12:39. If I heard you right, you heard me correct. I was trying to figure out what time it was all over the world.
Yes.
You called in last week. I don't care. We take live calls. Call in live. We'll take them.
No, I'm happy to see them together. Like Young says, Fee gives him more ways of experiencing the world. She'll take him on a magic carpet ride.
I can show you the world.
But what was also beautiful is we actually got to see what their whole goal was. Omega got to be a kid. A badass kid who can snap into action at any point in time, but she still got to be a kid and experience what that was like. And of course, as soon as she was having fun, all of us are like, this is not going to last. Something bad's going to happen. but still, it was great to see.
Welcome to the show, Marianne.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Always a pleasure.
I am fantastic. How are you guys?
Doing good, as always. Well, not as always, but as usual on Dyad, because y'all are here.
Like the shirt already? I see that the J guys peeking out.
My Rex shirt. I was at Planet Comic Con in Kansas City today, and I got to see D. Bradley Baker. It was great.
Oh,
Nice.
That's awesome.
And was it? I'm trying to remember. Was it you that said that was your first con?
Yes. It was.
Ooh.
It was great.
So
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Your first contribution to this discussion is I really hope nothing happens to Cody. No. Please no. You and Quinlan Voss. Oh my god. Tech and Fee. Let's go.
I have so many thoughts on this episode, honestly. So
well,
many
you can't
thoughts.
start without your other half, apparently.
Oh,
in
Young? Is she here? Young! Yes!
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Yay!
All right.
Young.
Y'all asked for this. You all asked for this.
This is something we don't mind, honestly. All right, so you guys both spoke in caps for most of the beginning of this conversation. So, what are your guys' thoughts on the Bad Batch? I'm gonna bring in another person from the wings, but keep talking.
Anyone who comes after my girl Fee is gonna get hands. Just saying right now. And everyone who's saying that doesn't make sense, it makes complete sense because Fee is so perceptive, and is able to pick up on just everything about people. And like I said, gives them a different way, or gives Tech a different way of viewing the world. Also, I was talking to my friend Cheyenne, and she made a really good point. I'm crediting all of this to her, but with Sophie, she is taking back artifacts to give back to the cultures that they were stolen from. So I guess you'd say a more elevated Indiana Jones. But also when we go back to episode 2, where Tech is fixing the Serenian data cube that is preserving their culture, that's something they can definitely bond over, because Tech does appreciate, in his own way, the different cultures that they experience, and Fee is also preserving that, and so they're perfect for each other, and I love them, and I love them so much. Okay, I'm done.
All right, Marianne.
All right. I have so many thoughts on this because I kept seeing people saying it was like another filler episode, and I swear to God, the next person who says something is a filler episode, I'm going to I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to yeet myself out a window. I don't know. Anyways. I loved this episode. I thought it was fantastic. We got to see a future that the Bad Batch could have, and how they could be happy and relaxed. They don't have to worry about doing mercenary jobs or being on the run from the Empire. You got to see Omega could be a kid, an actual kid, and not, a soldier, a young soldier at that. Hunter was so relaxed. Wrecker was full of food. He wasn't hungry. Tech found love. Oh my God, Tech is just looking so great. And it just was such a happy episode of and the danger that happened was a surge, and they could rebuild afterwards. So it was just such a beautiful what could happen to them. But unfortunately, Crosshair and Echo were still out there, so we definitely know that's not going to happen.
Oh, we know the shit's not going to last, and it kills me. I couldn't
absolutely
appreciate the episode as much as I wanted to.
It's
Also,
a comfort
Hunter.
episode.
Just
It's a comfort
say.
episode.
Boy.
Well, Kenny, it's happily ever after, right? They're on an island. They've chosen to stay. The show's over.
All
right?
I can say is that I am totally hardcore shipping the Wanda Sykes and Tech aspect of this. Like, hands down, I want this to happen. Star Wars, let us have our happy moment. There's no arguments here. Exactly, for once, please. Because if Tech dies from trying to save Crosshair, I will lose my shit. I will be like Pep. I will lose my shit.
Kick him off.
I
Kenny,
will come on TikTok and I'll be done.
Shush.
You're gonna make me cry.
Oh, I didn't really mean that.
We got another one.
I
I don't know how this is gonna work.
I do love their dynamic though, because people like Tech, sometimes they need to be with someone that will take them by the hand and walk them to see stuff. You know what I mean? Like, otherwise they will never branch out.
Oh wow, never mind. That's not working.
Come on.
Here.
Did anyone want to see Kenny flicker and turn into someone else?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
I'm a changeling.
I thought I had a stroke for a second. Okay.
I have to figure out how I'm gonna mix 7. This is a first. So Hammy, you're in the background for now, but
Okay.
let's continue. Don't let me interrupt.
Keep
but
wearing
yeah,
those cool shades.
Is there any further thoughts on it? Because we also now Omega got to kind of open up to another child for the first time, and like when Hunter's like, she hasn't laughed like that in a while.
Tech
Like
said
That was Tech.
Tech
Sorry.
said, my bad.
Yeah.
Both of them did.
Star Wars fan.
The long time since she's laughed like that, I was like, okay, you know what? That's fine. I'll cry. It's fine. It's fine. Like I did. I cried. I'm an emotional person. I cried, but it was just, yeah. She gets to be a kid. She was a kid. When was she ever a kid? You know.
With
And
Cutlass
so-
kids, to a degree.
I smell profit.
Layers only hope super chatted at $2.40 random drop. Sorry to interrupt, just needed to chat. Super chat.
Love the shouting.
Got
Keep
it.
shutting all over the place.
when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
I have to know, did you set it up like that, or did you just not bother changing it because comedically it's perfect?
No,
the
that's-
super that's what it says. It doesn't say super chat. It says super chat all the time, and then we just lean into it so much that
good.
we named the droid SH4T.
That's realistically how Lucasfilm names their droids.
True.
You know that R2 unit that was named after that little girl. She's the pink
the
R2
pink one?
unit.
Yeah.
The R2KT. She was at the Planet Comic Con today, and she was so cute.
Oh, that's
cool.
awesome.
You down here in KC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I
I know
live.
AJ's in town too.
Oh, well, I live in the metro area. I live in the metro area of KC, so that's why I was at Planet Comic Con. It was great. It was fun. Got to see D. Bradley Baker. Woo!
How was it like meeting him? Did you make him say anything? Was he willing to?
So he did. Okay, so I had my little niece and nephew with me, then they're like my people.
She's indoctrinating them.
Yeah,
Call it
exactly.
what it is.
So
Indoctrination.
she was wearing her little Rex earrings. She had a Boba Fett shirt on, and she showed him her earrings, and he talked to her as Rex, and as Tech and Wrecker, and it was so great. And then we went and did a picture with him, and my little nephew got really, really shy, and so we were holding up the line, but he was so funny about it, and no, he's so sweet. He's so nice. I loved it.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic.
It was great.
All right. Well, so one thing we do know is that they are after Omega again, specifically. So how are we feeling about that, and where do we think we're going?
Not happy about it.
I
Crosshair's
made
gonna die trying to
it
save her.
apparent on. Huh?
Crosshair's going to die trying to save her, and that's going to be his redemption arc. Sorry.
Hold on, non sequitur. We have so many guests right now. Are we like
I
the
can hop
Padawans?
off. It's okay. I'm done simping.
No.
I'm not
no.
done simping over Hunter. I'll never be done.
I'm just like, are we Padawans right now? This is like
Yes.
out. I mean, I love it because that means we have so many contestants for the sequel trilogy real fans.
Oh no!
Oh, not me. I'll be going to break.
Come on, you guys.
In a few minutes.
Have this one in the bag.
We're bailing. Yeet.
Shout out to Cal4 for 2 years. Dyad Squadron going strong. Much love. Silver Glass says, was it Hondo who said that? Nope, that was me. I smell profit.
Oh my god.
That's so good.
Young, you'll be paying for my therapy.
Bitch, I can barely afford my own therapy, but I'm not going to Corbin and Filoni. We all know this.
I mentioned this on Conspiracy. I would love to see Boba being the one going after Omega as like a contract capture.
Ooh.
Oh, his little sister.
Hey.
Like,
Oh.
he probably doesn't care. It's like, bro.
Oh, we'll see. Now, we haven't quite heard the thoughts of Hammy Demand, our latest joiner. How do you feel about the episode? And
Don't say joiner.
Our latest guests, friend.
You're the one that hates
person.
that trilogy.
Yeah, that's true. That is a terrible book series. I love Jaina. Zek deserved better. Anyways.
Yeah, I guess this episode I thought obviously was a slower. It was good, I think, to slow things down. I feel like from the midway point till about like now was very good. Like some of the best, I think, animation storytelling we've gotten. That includes Clone Wars and Rebels. So this was a nice slow down episode, I think. But I'm really excited to see where all this is tying in with the cloning, what's going on with Crosshair. I think Crosshair, in my opinion, probably has one of the best Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch, one of the better character arcs, better stories so far, and I'm just really intrigued to see where that character goes. And I'm also intrigued, and I wonder what you guys think about this, is I think there's so much to wrap up that I actually honestly think we probably will get a season 3, I feel like. I didn't think that originally, but I really feel like it's going to get another season at least.
Yeah. No, I think I would largely agree with that, primarily because like the current arc for clones is succumb to the chip or don't succumb to the chip. Chips get removed, they go on to do their thing. But Crosshairs is unique in that he succumbed to the chip, then chose to stay succumb to the chip, chose the Empire, then sees what they're really like. It's kind of like Sienna.
The Empire didn't choose him.
Yeah. It's interesting. Anybody else have any thoughts on that take?
Look,
Yeah, I would just say that with... Oh, go ahead, Kenny.
I was going to say, given that we still don't know how the batch end up in canon thus far, especially with Rebels and with the original trilogy and then going into the sequels, we don't know anything after that. We don't know that. Don't get me wrong, I'm on your side on this one, Pat. I agree. But until we see them die, they don't die. It's just like with Quinlan Voss. Like, we know he survived after Order 66. So until we see a body or until we get a confirmation, he's still very much alive, well, and having a dirty Dorito time.
Yeah.
Hold on, I heard dirty Dorito time. What did you say?
The fuck is that? I don't want to
That's what I heard. What did you say?
Have to sit in the corner for like 2 seconds, please.
I said great old time.
Oh.
Dirty Dorito.
It's like, oh, you got some Doritos? Yeah. Why are your pants off?
Oh my god, I hate my headphones. I really do. I hate my headphones.
I might have been the only one that heard that, though.
I do think that we should get a season 3, especially if we can keep at this level of hype. You know, I wasn't super into the first season. this season has been really good, and if we can continue on this trend, then hell yeah.
Well, if we don't find Wolf, then we need a season 3, because where did Wolf come from?
We also don't know why Rex left the fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so Rex has to leave the fight and find Wolf. We have to resolve what's going on with Omega and where she's going to get sent off to. I was already kind of guessing that she would end up going off with Fee because of how well they have an interaction. So maybe we end up with Tech, Fee, and Omega being a little family traveling around the galaxy, like doing antique roadshow stuff.
That would imply Daddy Hunter is no longer in the picture.
Daddy Hunter might have other stuff to do.
Why would you put that out there, Brandon? Why?
It's because he's with me. That's the only reason why we don't see him. It's fine. Hunter is with me. It's fine.
But after these first couple episodes of The Mandalorian, I can no longer guess how much ground they can cover in a single episode, because they've covered so much in such a short period of time that it's been crazy.
I think with the and we can segue naturally into the Mandalorian if no one has any final thoughts. But I think the Mandalorian is covering so much ground because the first couple of seasons was so world buildy that we needed all those perspective shifts. But now that like we've honed in on Mando or Din, the story around him is much more in focus. And everyone around him that has a perspective to shares it with Din, like Bo-Katan. So we can stay with Din for a lot longer, and get more Bo because their journeys are interconnected. And then the other side is the New Republic, the developments on that side, and the Strandcast technology, and then we get that. So we get huge chunks of arcs. And one or two shifts at best. That episode was Bo and Din. Pershing sequence. Bo and Din. 2 perspective shifts. So much story on both sides. It's incredible. What did you guys think?
It had too much Andor in it for me. I wasn't a fan. I think it was filler.
I was about to come through.
There is no filler in Star Wars.
Oh my God, Young! I was about to come after you.
It's sarcasm. If y'all didn't hear it dripping from my voice, that was sarcasm. Do I need to make a sign? I will make a sign.
You could. I have a whiteboard. I could write it for you.
Hold on, I'm working on it. I got a notepad right here.
I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it so much. But again, the people who are calling this filler, like I don't even. What? Yes.
Are you kidding me? I love the Pershing angle more than I did the Bo and Din. Don't get me wrong. The Bo and Din angle was perfect. It was beautiful. The dogfight, as it were, was just absolutely fantastic.
That was amazing.
I think seeing a ship-to-ship battle was fantastic. And then seeing Bo basically getting indicted into the Children of the Watch was also an amazing kind of like, oh, okay, that was interesting.
Poor Bo.
But the Pershing, though, that one was just like, okay, now we're seeing some, not just world building, but seeing how different the New Republic is versus that of the Old Republic. Because the Old Republic was 100% down with the clones. But now they're 100% not? Where's the disconnect here?
I mean, I would assume that after, because we even saw in the original trilogy, like no droids allowed in here, right? There was a war that was fake, that was droids versus clones that destroyed the galaxy. I can see people being a little apprehensive. Plus, you have these clone veterans running around, and there's a lot of moral questions that come up. I mean, we even see in the community people refer to the clone army as a slave army, which is not incorrect. I think it's abusing the word slave a bit, but which is a weird way for me to put that. I apologize. but Yeah, there's a lot of questions on the morality of cloning because of that. So I can definitely see that.
And it's not just the cloning; it's also using Imperial technology. Like they're basically saying, if it's Imperial, we're not using it, no matter how good or how bad it was used for.
They did use the mind flayer.
Like we're just not using it at all.
Hey, they put a coat of paint on it first, you know?
Yeah, it's just to help with the traumatic memories. It's no problem. Oh my god.
They're like, it's a Subaru BRX. It's not a Toyota, GT.
But did you hear? Did you guys hear the March of the Resistance? Did you hear the March of the Resistance?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I still don't quite understand why that was chosen to be there. Does that also mean that in the scene in The Force Awakens and later when that plays, is that like playing in someone's headphones? Is it diegetic there as well? Or like
Okay, my thoughts. Okay, so music can be used as foreshadowing, right? So initially I was thinking, are we trying to foreshadow, is Pershing going to somehow join? Like, is he going to survive long enough to be part of the Resistance? Is he going to be critical in the Resistance or whatnot? Somebody else had brought up in my comment section when I made a TikTok about this, because I also was like, why is the March of the Resistance playing here? It doesn't make any sense to me, because the Resistance doesn't show up for, like, what, another 10, 15 years or something like that? So it didn't make sense to me either. And they're like, it's probably because they're talking about Pershing's cloning technology or research. And so we see in the sequel trilogy that Palpatine had used the cloning technology, like with Snoke and with himself and in his own son, and Rey being the offspring of a clone. And so they're like, it's probably like a what's the word I'm looking for?
Just like connecting down the chain.
Yeah, a connection. And I also like to think it's a little bit of foreshadowing as well, because music can, like, if you really pay attention to music, if you really pay attention to the themes that are being played in certain scenes, you can pick out, okay, something's coming. And we all know that the New Republic is just not good. They're an awful government.
Yeah,
and so, we see that coming as well.
If you've read Bloodline, and I won't spoil it, but we know that
I know
Leia
you're thinking about, and I hate her.
Yes, same.
I am gonna read it.
All right,
Yeah, I haven't read it either, but I know where you're going with it. It's what they did to Leia is just straight up BS.
Right.
I have been spoiled for that.
So I'm not going to say anything about that, but we do know that Leia created the Resistance. So if we look now at like the Pershing sequence and the fact that like it's with a person who is a known remnant who has infiltrated the amnesty program, and it is foreshadowing, when she says there are a lot of people who are willing to help. That quote is not talking about citizens of the Republic. They're talking about remnants. And, we get a lot of that in the book, but like it's foreshadowing the song March of the Resistance, because this is the start of the movement that will become, the First Order, which is where we get to in episode 7, so.
Yeah.
Can we also just appreciate both the actor and actress who played Pershing and that lieutenant? Just their acting quality alone. Fantastic.
I wanted her to reveal herself as Karen Farrell.
I wanted her to reveal how buff she is.
I was just like, okay.
So the Council of Simps all agree that we have a new imp to simp for in Elias Kane, because god damn, I'm ignoring all red flags.
No, but realistically, like the way that she's able to play such like a warm and cute smile that's so disarming,
so charismatic. Woo!
And then at the end, the deadpan serial killer, like, oh my god, she's like eating food, watching this guy's brain get like I'm so confused right now. But Hammy, how do you feel?
I really enjoyed it. I was more so why I enjoyed it was just thinking about where Gideon is at this point, because I think Gideon has escaped at this point, and I think she was obviously working for Gideon, so I think Gideon is still feeding information, and I think from one standpoint, Persian is a threat to get what Gideon wants to do, because if Persian reveals stuff, that's not good, but also I think he needs Persian back to complete the cloning and stuff. I think Gideon's still very hell-bent on that, and I still think those are Gideon's forces. I saw people saying those are Thrawn's forces, but that like Thrawn has no connection to Bo-Katan, like no connection to Mandalore. Like that doesn't make any sense. So I don't know if you guys.
I can't be on too much longer, but I do have to agree with Hammy that Gideon is still very much involved. I do not think that he escaped. I think somebody within the New Republic is helping him, but I do not believe that he is actually actively just walking around all nonchalantly.
I think that Gideon is like the kingpin while in prison.
Yes.
Like people are doing stuff and he's just like, yep, all according to plan, you know?
He's the prison compo.
Yeah.
I don't think Pershing makes it.
I think they got what they wanted and they're done with them.
Well, yeah. So it's all evidence in the sequel trilogy how, you know, the Strandcast technology is incomplete. They have Snoke who comes out of that, but is malfigured. We have several Strandcasts of Palpatine that just are unsuccessful, Dathan being one of them. So it stands to reason that they got what they needed from Pershing and they were trying to complete it, but could not complete it. Just as the same as the cloning tech from the Kaminoans, they're trying to get Nala Se to cooperate with them because none of their scientists can complete it. So it's just like the Empire and incompetent people. Like they have geniuses with these genius technology, and then they get rid of them, and they're like, oh wait, no, we can't complete this.
Hindsight is 2020.
I like that as a counterpart to the Republic, because both are incredibly short-sighted. They're like, we got what we wanted, now kill them, so that no one else can get it. And then like the Republic is like, they used it, so throw it away. And I don't know, it just feels sad because Dr. Pershing, on both sides, he's being thrown away, just like the equipment that's still super useful, but it was part of the Empire, so they're decommissioning it. That's exactly what they did to him.
That and the Rebel Alliance fleet as well. I thought that was really interesting. Which, if you've read Bloodline, you know, it's all starting to come together, essentially.
I want Leia.
Yeah, that part is like... I kind of wonder about... I have more mixed feelings about, because the galaxy had been under direct military control for so long that, like, them saying, we're going to demilitarize, we're going to let people live lives and stuff, I don't see that as necessarily a bad thing in that context, but they probably took it too far.
Yeah. It's like yes and no. It's complicated. It's really like when you think about it, like historical wise, like in our history, you know, real world history and stuff like that wise, like it's such a complicated matter. It's like you're dealing so much with war, you want to get rid of it all, and then now you've got this power vacuum, and it's just it's a mess. It's just a horrible mess.
Kind of the way I've been saying it is like the Empire itself was wholly evil. Right, it was evil, was destroying planets and doing genocide and stuff like that, and so, you know, by getting rid of Palpatine, we were able to wipe away the Empire and return the galaxy at large to a state of balance. But that doesn't mean return it to a state of good. It's a state of balance. It's a state of neutrality, and then you grow from there. And we still have both good and bad in the pot, so we need to know, you know, are weeds going to grow out of this or are flowers going to grow out of it? We don't know yet.
My question
before I head out, I've got... No, sorry. Go for it.
No, you're on your way out. Yeah, you have less time.
Just quick question to everybody, including the Dyad. Are we sympathetic towards Pershing? Because I see a lot of discourse online is whether or not we should be sympathetic, whether we should just be good, he was a trash human being, the whole 9 yards. I say we should be, especially after that big talk that he did in the amphitheater, how he was kind of reminiscent about that he has always wanted to be a scientist, he's always wanted to do good because of his mother, things along those natures.
I think so. I think his motivations were just.
Yeah, I think Pershing's naivety unfortunately led him to the Empire. Like, one thing about being in science, getting any sort of funding to do what you need to do properly is so goddamn difficult. And sometimes you have so much drive and passion to complete the science that you want to, that you will go for the highest bidder. And that makes you very short-sighted and laser focused that I think Pershing understood that he was working for essentially fascism and the devil, but if it meant he could conduct and conclude his work, then he was willing to turn a blind eye to it. But I feel like there was a part of him on the inside that died every day knowing who he was working for.
Well, there's also the propaganda of the Empire as well, because you remember in the first season of the Bad Batch, those soldiers that they were bringing in to replace the clones, they're like, I hated it under the Republic, but in the Empire, I've got food and a roof over my head. Mm-hmm. So you've got on top of that, the propaganda of the Empire playing a big part in this. And also, if you've ever read Lost Stars by Claudia Gray, where she does the two perspectives of the one in the rebellion and one in the Empire, you think a lot of these people that they were doing good, that they were helping the good of the Empire and bringing peace and order to the galaxy, when in reality it was tyrannical and awful. So you got that playing against you as well.
Yeah, I thought they were going to kind of go. Oh, I thought they were kind of going to go the route of almost Operation Paperclip almost, where Pershing was analogous to a German scientist who came over and worked for the Americans. The Americans would be the New Republic. I thought they were going to go kind of that route, but they didn't fully go there, which I was fine with. I kind of like this route better, I think, because Pershing always seemed like somebody who was kind of forced to do this, because he was oh, I can still do my work, but I'm under these terrible conditions, but this is the only chance I'm going to get to do my cloning technology and figure this stuff out.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as you, because they brought him over, but said under no circumstances are you to do sciencey stuff, so definitely different. But I think he deserves our sympathy, because going back to what you said about Lost Stars, we had the character was named Tendi. When the question was asked, can you serve the Empire and be good? And their response was no, because they're going to force you to cross the line, and they're going to push you to do it again and again. And then by the time you wake up, you realize that you are not who you were when you began it. We got to see this with Sienna when, at the end of the day, she renounced her parents. It was crazy. Read Lost Stars.
It's a good one. Yeah, it's a good one.
However, we have to give it up to redemption and redemption arcs in Star Wars, and Pershing turned on he changed his mind, and he helped out in season 2 of The Mandalorian. And so we saw his redemptive act started before he was allowed to be part of the New Republic. And so I think that's what kind of makes a difference, right? It wasn't, all right, you're here now, be good. It was, no, I'm trying to do good, thinking I'll probably be killed for doing this, but that's okay. At least I'm doing the right thing. And then they bring you over. So I think he deserves our sympathy.
Yeah. Silver Glass says, I'm falling asleep here. It's 1 a.m. No worries, Silver Glass. Feel free to fall asleep. Just leave us on.
Make it a little loud.
And with that, I will be heading out, guys. Thank you for having me on again.
Thanks for joining.
I'll catch everybody later.
May the force be good.
Wanda Neko for life.
Maybe we'll see you on Cal's stream. Follow Cal4. After this, he streams on Twitch TV at Cal4, and yeah, plays games and stuff. If you play games and you want to join in, feel free to hop in. Sometimes we have groups playing Fortnite and stuff like that. That's awesome.
Also, speaking of what Cal said, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, just speaking of what Cal said, kind of going back to Grogu. He's going from cooing to babbling.
He was trying to say, "What was the way?"
His first words were trying to be, "This is the way." And then Daddy Did and Auntie Bo had a proud duo moment, just like, that made me so happy.
I was just so stinking cute.
Just really quickly on the subject of Pershing, I think we also have to go back to Catalyst with Galen, whose main motivations was to provide infinite energy to developing planets. And
that's what he was tricked into doing.
Yeah, and then Krennic's
that's what they told him he was gonna do. Yeah.
Krennic's like, "Hey, I got work.
Of my hand.
I got work for you, bro. You're looking for work, and you're gonna work for Krennic, and then like suddenly you're trying to produce these weapons that are like destroying planets, and ultimately he runs from it, but then we see in Rogue One what happens, right? His he has to hide his family away, and he completes it, but he inserts a weakness. So it's kind of like, researchers and scientists who are geniuses with genius like ideas get misused, and they ultimately have the best of intentions and motivations. And Pershing's the same way. So just wanted to put that out there before we continue to Bo and Din getting redeemed, and the armor is like, "You are now redeemed, Bo-Katan of Clan Kreese," and Bo-Katan's like, "Bitch, I'm a princess." This is what I wanted her to say, but yeah, go on ahead.
I was like, when Paz Vizsla was like, "Who are you?" and I was like, "Tell him," and then she's like, "Yeah, I'm Bo-Katan." I'm like, "Yes." Right.
I can't stand that dude. That guy sucks, man.
He's kind of like the same as Bo-Katan. It's like standing on tradition and entitlement of the name because of House Vizsla, but we don't like him. So we don't care what he's entitled to. But
what do you think, Nidrix? I haven't heard from you in a while.
I've been collecting information. I'm trying to remember because I haven't rewatched Mandalorian since it came out.
No worries, we can always come back.
I'm curious if Bo-Katan wants to either like stay / form an alliance with Children of the Watch, because we saw her castle. It was just one big empty room. She doesn't have a lot going on right now. So do you think she'll try to sort of rebuild Mandalore and become its ruler again? Or do you think Din with the Darksaber is going to be the rightful ruler? And how would that balance work? I'm just making stuff up as I go along.
No, that's exactly what we do.
Good questions. And as well as the lingering question, the mythosaur in the room.
The elephant in the water.
Oh my god.
Why didn't she bring it up?
No, exactly. What's her play with the mythosaur card? And I posed this question. I can't remember who I posed it to. Which one would trump? Seeing the mythosaur or possessing the Darksaber? I mean, obviously both would be best, but if you had one or the other, which would trump in the eyes of the Children of the Watch, but also just Mandalore as a whole?
I think the first thing that needs to happen is doubt. And I said this in our reactions, that Bo-Katan's looking at all of these people, like when it happens, and she said, and the armor is like, "This is the way," and then all of these people crowded her and put their hands on her shoulders, like, "Welcome, yes, this is the way. Welcome to the covert, or the convert, or the covert." And she's looking around. She's looking at recruits. So I don't think she sees everyone that's united in a singular purpose, just not kind of like they're part of this force that was on the moon Concordia while their planet was being glassed. So she's like, okay, we need them to kind of care about Mandalore again instead of this way that is, for all intents and purposes, has nothing to do with Mandalore at this point, but it's traditions, right? And I said this in my video, you can't be a Mandalorian by creed if that by creed you are not on Mandalore and defending its values. So I feel like she's going to start sowing some seeds of doubt in the covert, primarily starting with the lie that the armorer said that Mandalore was cursed. And then she's going to bring out the mythosaur, and you know, it's going to come down to like who's going to tame it and who's going to provide that show of I guess spiritual succession to Tar Vizsla or the Great. And I think ultimately, I don't think Bo-Katan sees leadership in her future. What I do think she sees is a leader and a uniting of Mandalorian tradition and spirituality. And she sees that in the covert. How she goes about doing that, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I'd say this is where the Dyad diverges a bit, is when I look at the covert itself, I can't see anything that they've done that is explicitly wrong or incorrect or harmful to anyone. And even her saying that the planet was cursed, I don't think of that as a lie. I think she absolutely believed it, just didn't go down and check. And so
it's a matter about how they do that.
Well, it's a matter of the knowledge she has while she says it. But I think that, but then we kind of come back together, because I do think that that's what she was looking at. I think she was seeing the unity in Mandalorians that she had always wanted there to be. They weren't, the ones slaughtering each other. They're protecting each other and all this stuff. And so I think she sees that as an asset, a way to bring together this group of people. And I think she is going to, I can see a world where she kind of becomes a cult leader by like using these people's religious beliefs to bend them to do her bidding, not maliciously, but for what she believes to be the best thing for Mandalore. But yeah, I can see this going a lot of different interesting ways.
There's another lie baked in there, though. And that is the armorer's supposed self-righteousness. Because she wears horns.
Mm.
And that is part of the watch that went against Mandalore. And,
yep, people are theorizing she was with Maul.
And enthroned Maul.
Potentially. That's a theory. We don't know if she was part of that group specifically.
She may not have been part of that group, but she wears horns for a reason.
True. But like Bo-Katan helped put that faction in power, though.
Which is, yeah, and she
directly.
And she took direct actions to resolve that.
Yeah.
Instead of running from it. So it all this is the type of like seeds of doubt that I'm hoping that Bo-Katan tries to sow, because like the armor is all about this righteousness of creed and tradition and your ancient ancestors and living their way. But if like it turns out that the armorer fought against Mandalorians and then ran away when the Mandalorians needed the most help, when the Empire was glassing the planet during the Purge or the Night of 1,000 Tears, like how much of a Mandalorian is the armorer? If all she's doing is just kind of living on the tradition and not necessarily acting on it, you know what I mean?
Right. I think like with Bo-Katan, and it's kind of worrying me also. I'm not saying this is like bad writing or bad storytelling, but from my personal perspective, I think even suggesting the fact that she could possibly become the ruler is just not interesting to me, or something I don't like. I think Bo-Katan's destiny to me has always been like, power hungry, trying to be the leader of Mandalore, and I think what's good about her story is she can't live up to that. That was her sister's job. Bo-Katan's job to me is to be the brute, almost, to be the the warrior almost. And I think it would be far more interesting to me, and I think the whole point of the show is it's like having Din as this lonely bounty hunter with the religious zealots, essentially, who lived away from Mandalore, uniting the people of Mandalore. So it's kind of been weird to me, the direction they've been going, because I don't also like Din going back with the Creed. I kind of wanted him to, learn his own way, and I think eventually we probably will get to that point, but I don't think they're going to be adversaries at any point, but I think we're going to get to a point where it's like, well, one's got the Mythosaur, one's got the Darksaber, who's the ruler? And I kind of don't like that. I kind of feel like if Din's the titular character of the show, I feel like it's just a better story if he becomes the ruler.
Yeah, no, I don't think Bo-Katan has leadership on her mind. I think she's had enough chances for that. I do think, just really quickly, I do think that Din is the titular character of the Mandalorian, and I think what the show is going to turn into in later seasons is the Mandalorians, and it's going to be like a Game of Thrones show with all of the houses and clans. And that's what it's going to turn into. No,
slightly less. I would love it if maybe the armor does have a dark secret or something like that, that Bo-Katan is able to expose, and then we end up in a situation where these people won't know who to follow, and I think Din would just be the natural choice, and we would end up with a type of marriage of the two belief systems, because
Din seen both sides.
Yeah, Din has lived in both worlds. He has seen both sides, and is respected by both. And I think he should be the interim ruler until Grogu comes of age, because Grogu is the one that's going to tame the Mythosaur. He keeps taming big old giant monsters.
Yes,
I think it's pretty obvious that it's got to be him, and he will end up being Mandalore, the tiny, the adorable, and he's going to rule for the next 500 years.
I like that, because then
when
Rey reaches out, be with me, that's when he sends the fangs and the gauntlets into Battle of Exegol.
Yep.
Oh. Help she needs. That's not how Marianne, though, you look like you were busy throughout that discussion. Do you have anything?
I'm so sorry.
Thoughts? No. I'm just gonna give you some time.
So I don't know if this is like what's the word I'm looking for? Plausible. Somebody had said somewhere about how Bo-Katan had bathed in the living waters as a child, as part of the whole Mandalorian tradition. And when she had jumped in there to get Din, who sunk like a rock, I thought that was pretty funny, to get Din, and seeing the Mythosaur, somebody was like, well, there's no way that Bo-Katan is the one to be prophesized to reunite Mandalore if the Mythosaur was making its presence known after Din had gotten the water. I don't know. It was very weird to me. Like, I was just like, yes, I guess.
There's a lot of like coincidence and serendipity.
It's interesting. Like I don't know what Bo-Katan's endgame is here. I don't know if she wants to rule anymore. Like she keeps getting burned essentially, and it's like, what does she want out of all of this? And I just thought it was her body language after the armorer told her, "You're one of us now." She's just like, "Did I just join another cult? Oh, this is great. Perfect. You just
I'm
keep
back
doing
with
it,
the
Bo.
watch.
Again.
Well done, Bo." But
She wants to retire on Pabu.
she does. But the whole Din and Bo-Katan part of this episode I thought was just really interesting to me, because it's what exactly does Bo want? What does she want out of all of this?
Does she know?
Yeah, well, and of course, people were like bringing up how she brought up her father and not Satine. Is she still feeling guilt over Satine? And what exactly does she want out of all of this? Does she want the Darksaber back? Does she want to rule Mandalore? Does she just want to be left alone? What does she want?
I don't think she's ever wanted to rule.
I feel like based on her dialogue in this episode, she just wants her home back.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the dialogue hints at it didn't always look like this, or this was once a beautiful city and now it's a tomb, and her home just got bombed, the one home she had left. So I feel like at this point whoever rules Mandalore, she just wants Mandalore back, in whatever way that's possible. And I think Din, she sees, because the way she looks at Din when he is reciting the creed and walking into the living waters, there's a spark of spirituality that's kind of back into her eyes, that I feel like she sees the future in which, Din represents the spirituality and she represents the traditions, and I feel like she can have an effect on him where he could bring about, just like as Choco said, bring about both sides and marry in the middle, a Mandalore that is thoughtful of both sides and rules from such a manner in which both sides are respected. But I think, at the end of the day, she just wants Mandalore.
I think she I can imagine her being like an advisor to Din as opposed
Prime
to
Minister?
like ruling, or Prime Minister.
She's the new Olmec, just
exactly.
not a dick.
Just not Olmec.
But I could see her helping Din, but at the same time, when she was like, "Did you see something in the water?" and he's like, "Why?" and she's like, "Nothing."
Just asking for a friend.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just making conversation. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And then, like in a future episode, she Din's like, "Have you met? What do you think of Boba Fett?" And then Boke's is like, "I don't know where he got that armor. He's just a bounty hunter."
Here we go again. Yeah. It's just her. I don't think I've never not liked Bo-Katan. I think I did get kind of peeved with her in Clone Wars when she, snapped at Obi-Wan. I'm like, dude, you're one to talk, but at the same time,
everybody's got baggage with that line for sure.
But at the same time, I'm just like, and then you watch Rebels and you see how far along she's come, and now here in Mando, just seeing her character progression, especially in the last episode when she's flying over Sundari, and that was painful. I don't know about you guys, that sucked, seeing Sundari like that.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine how she was feeling and walking through that, and then seeing this mythosaur that was just stuff of legends, and now she's back in the cult again. So there's got to be a lot going on with this woman right now.
In my first video about Bo-Katan, in my caption I said, "It's time to get over that line."
Yes, I saw that.
And a lot of and some people were like, "I'm never getting over that." It's like, you sure got over Anakin choking Padme real fast. So you better get over it, because she said it once in an act of desperation to get his help.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then she's come a long way. So we need
Absolutely.
to start, taking into consideration people's growth and progress.
Women can be redeemed too, okay?
Yes.
Come on.
Timeline-wise, that's 30 years before the events of the Mandalorian. A lot has happened since then. So obviously she's progressed and changed.
Yes.
And that's why I like what you said, Pep, with I think she just wants her home back, because she's so like what Mandalore was during the Clone Wars, I think that's exactly what she wants, and probably sees how the actions that she and other people took left them in a state where it could easily be destroyed. I mean, she led the occupying army. Like, you realize that. Those troops, so 332nd, set up their own garrison there, and then they promptly turned into the Empire. So yeah, I think there's just a lot of regret and stuff there. But I wanted to ask the panel here, because there's a lot of people who are now shipping Din and Bo, and I do not want it. But I'm curious what you guys think.
I see it, but I don't want
Why
it.
does everybody want to ship everybody? Like, men and women can have platonic relationships. You know?
I don't want it, but I've been seeing how cushy they are.
I mean, she was pretty quick to jump in the water after him, you know. Or like, my favorite thing was when she's sitting all alone, moping in her castle.
Let's get rid of him
and
once
she's
and
like,
for
let's
all.
get rid of him. She walks out. I just want to be left alone. And then suddenly she's going after.
What happened?
So, you know, she has I think she.
What's
has,
going
like, a
on,
lot of
Lassie?
respect for him. You know, I think she has a lot of respect for Din, and I don't know. I just can't see it.
No,
no.
that's a brother.
Has she
sister
seen
relationship.
Din without his helmet on?
You don't want them to
Yeah.
mash their helmets together?
No, helmets stay on, but no. I think, Ned, you were trying to say something. You had something.
Well, yeah, I was just, as Grogu's mom and dad, they were great, but they're like a divorced couple. They don't match well together, but they respect each other, and they both care for the child. And that's the important thing.
Yeah,
Even though the child's older.
I see it as more of a brother-sister relationship, because I have a friend who, like, I don't want to be around you or anything, or I will be the one to pull the trigger, but then also I will try to save them on the way from me pulling the trigger, and I feel like that's the relationship between Bo and Din. I don't sense romance, and I'm sorry, like, just Bo just gives off. She's the gays and the days. I'm just saying right now.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, are they implying that Bo's straight? I never got that.
Are we sure?
Her slapping
thing.
underage Ahsoka's ass. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Yeah. In the old timeline, I think she was supposed to be underage as well at that time, but still, it's still weird.
Still weird.
I think she was around 7, like, given the new information, around 17, I think. We're in her teens.
Yeah, what is supposed to be the age gap between her and Mando anyways? Because I swear I heard somebody say she was supposed to be in her 90s by this point. And I'm like,
that was a meme.
What?
Like, there was this whole meme movement that started on Twitter where people were announcing canon stuff, and they're like, confirmed by Jon Favreau. But what he actually said was, like, she's in her 40s.
Okay. I was like,
Mandalorian.
she looks really good for somebody in her 90s. I mean, oh.
Well, she could just be one of
Like
the Dunedain.
Granny.
It's fine.
Damn.
I like that reference.
Serious ass.
Descendant
Wow.
of Numenor, blessed with long life.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly, that's what she is.
That's what it is.
I mean, Katie Sackhoff's just never going to age either, so.
No. Not like Obi-Wan.
Not like Obi-Wan. Hey, that was Tatooine, bro.
Tatooine Sun.
Sun and Stan will do that to you. No SPF, it'll age ya.
That's also true.
They have to farm moisture. Like, you think they got lotion? You can't buy lotion? Shoot.
Yeah. So, I don't know, I think I don't want it, but I can see it, especially with how Mama Bo-Katan is right now to Grogu. How she's like, you know what I mean?
She's fun aunt that gives you candy and photon fizzles and then
Yes,
sends
she's
you
the one who
home.
keeps them shooting all the
Hog
fun
soup.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what photon fizzles are.
Isn't that what Pershing and Elia Kane were eating?
No.
Is that
That's what she says at the end. I'll buy you a
They're
photon
going to get-
fizzle,
okay,
and then they leave. But it sounds good.
I just
I'll
feel
buy
like
you
they're
a
eating
space
ice
waffle.
cream
Sounds like
that
a slushy
glows.
with pop rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was picturing glowing pop rocks. That's yeah.
I just love how all of the like allegories to like a real world food like ice cream just glows because it's Star Wars.
I
How do
wanted
we
to,
introduce
like, I
ice
saw
cream?
that.
Glow.
well?
If we look
You
at
say that.
if we look at Porter Engel's 9-egg stew, the eggs are glowing.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those situations where there's two buttons. They're like, make it blue. Like there's already blue variants in real life. Then make it glow. Like it's
Except space waffles, they have to be untouched. It's just waffles in space.
This is true because no one wants a blue waffle.
No one.
Actually, now that I picture it, I might want to try it.
Shut up.
I
Wait a
like blueberry
second.
waffles.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh.
Don't say that again.
Did I just walk into a trap?
Yes, you did, my friend. Retract.
Okay, I retract my statement.
You might have just killed Choco. I'm just saying. Breathe.
I've killed him several times.
That's
Sorry,
nearly
there's
a blue waffle to know what you're talking about.
Hey, sometimes hey. I consider Choco to be the dirtier one of the dyad, so
I'm starting
I
to
know
think
a lot
about
of
that.
that.
in your direction.
Christ.
Listen, it's old internet jokes is what I'm bringing.
Old
You
internet
know,
joke, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, God.
That being said, do we have any closing thoughts on the Mandalorian?
It's good.
I'm excited.
Yes.
I don't know
I'm
where it's
excited for
gonna
next
go.
week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carl Weathers
Next
is directing
week?
next week. Yeah. so.
Sabine and Ahsoka.
I was wondering if we were gonna get Sabine, just because, like,
We're
like
getting Sabine.
supposedly Renfrau.
Fenrau.
Fenrau.
Thank you. Is supposed to be making an appearance, like Kevin McKidd.
Wait.
Like, yeah, supposedly. I don't know if it's true or not.
So my reasoning for this, and Choco disagrees, I think to a certain extent. My reasoning is that they're doing their press junket right now for season 3, Favreau and Filoni. They're talking about Grogu. The question's about Grogu. Favreau brings out Sabine for some reason, and I'm like, why would you be mentioning Sabine in this interview when we're talking about Grogu? That's to remind people that Sabine has a spiritual connection to the Darksaber, but also she's going to be in the next episode with Ahsoka. And Rosario Dawson in her Instagram post said there's going to be like a huge thing next episode, and she's really excited and can't wait for it.
I'm even more excited. Oh my God, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, and it's not that I
will-
disagree. This episode is co-written by Dave Filoni and Carl Weathers, right? And it's called The Foundling. And so I was just saying, like, more than anything, I think we're definitely getting Order 66 in the next episod because I think it'll focus on Grogu's origins. But I'm not saying that.
I can't wait to see it again.
Emotional damage.
Especially with Dave Filoni being a co-writer, I wouldn't put it out of the
His
realm
love
of
affair with Order
possibility for them to
66
show
gotta
up.
end, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
No.
So maybe not this next episode, but like somewhere within the next couple of episodes after that, we're getting Sabine, and it's gonna be great. And
No,
I
think we might get her. We might get her as a stinger at the very end, but that still counts as her appearing in the episode.
I can't wait. I love Sabine.
Who doesn't?
Oh,
Well, that's my speculation. Anybody else?
I think
we
we're
do get
definitely
Fenrau.
going
I'll be
to.
excited.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to Navarro though, obviously, because Carl Weathers has directed it, and I would assume it'll be a big Grief Cargo
I
episode.
want my
So
character to be in this. I
With
want
his droids
to
carrying
land.
his
I
cape.
want to land with Gentry.
Well, next week
Does
is
that
Dave
mean-
Filoni, right? Rotta the Hutt appearance, finally.
I mean, we got to know what he's up to. Yeah.
He's the new leader.
Could this be what we saw in the trailer of all the Mandalorians dropping in on Navarro from above?
Oh.
Yeah, I think so. Because they're
Against the
fighting the pirates, yeah.
Can't remember
Does
his
this
name.
mean we'll get a Hondo as well?
If he smells
I hope
profit.
so.
I want a Hondo. Please give me a Hondo.
Also, I saw a rumor that the pirates that we saw are also going to be more heavily featured in the Skeleton Crew show.
Hondo, we're getting Hondo.
And if that's so, I want Hondo and Skeleton Crew. Just put them in there. You know?
I don't know where it was announced, but they announced that Ezra was going to be in the Skeleton Crew too.
Oh,
Yeah, fuck.
I missed
I
that.
don't recall that.
We're going to have to do a news crawl because I heard
Yeah.
that recently. I just don't know where. It could be in one of those, giant robot
Mephisto.
articles.
Premise.
But
Oh my goodness.
yeah. Do you think that if we do get the pirate attack next episode, Hondo comes in, he's like, "Why are you fighting? This is not how we do business. There's
This
no
is the
problem."
place for profit.
Yeah. I wanted to land gentry.
I would love a live action Hondo. Oh my god, I'd be so happy. I'd be so happy.
I need live action Hondo in my life.
I just love him. He's so
Who doesn't?
fantastic.
I mean, at this point, when we are merging so much of animation with live action at this point, like it's just the worlds converge so much that we have a live action version of everyone.
Yeah. Well, then we need at least a Satine name drop. Waiting. Also, Corky Kreese. Just saying. Corky Kreese.
I think in the first episode we got to see the pirates, and we got to see how expressive their new prosthetics are able to be.
Dude, these prosthetics.
Because he was able to
Baby
emote and stuff. That's why we didn't see Hondo before. We didn't have the technology, but now they can make a Weequay that doesn't look like Nightmare Fuel. So that's where I'm at.
I mean, the Weequays in the background of that gang, again, looked beautiful. That's why I got so excited. Like, are we getting Hondo? Are we getting our boy?
Yeah, we'll have to see. But I think it's time for Real Fans Would Know. Sequel edition.
Don't sigh, it's not that bad.
That is a sigh
pretty
of
bad.
excitement.
I just got lucky last week, but
Yeah, like a couple
You did
weeks ago, I
not get
did really
lucky.
well.
You
yes, I did
well.
because I just saw like half of those episodes.
That's what you do. As a Rebels fan, you would be watching that stuff. That's not lucky. That's just you being, a fan of that story. That's it. It's like if you were to ask me a question from Last Jedi, I would know because I'm a huge fan. That's not me being lucky. So you knew your stuff for Rebels, and you just so happened to be watching it, which is fine. But when is the last time y'all watched the sequels?
Ooh, interesting question.
No, I one up on you because I have watched them after they've been released. So I have,
Oh, dang. Marianne got one up on you already. I should put that point on the board.
let's go.
I'm just kidding.
Marianne's already got this in the
I saw
bag.
Lost Jedi.
Listen,
I
I
got a
got
point.
lucky a few weeks ago because I almost won. I could have beaten Bucky, but I second guessed myself.
Bucky's really
Damn.
good, man.
I was so close. I was like, I wonder if it's Beggar's Cane. I was like, nope. And then I was so
All
close.
right. So this is how it goes. Obviously, y'all have 3 attempts, and you cannot reattempt until someone else gets it wrong. These statements will be factually incorrect and will not be incorrect by omission, which means if something is not mentioned, that doesn't mean it is incorrect. You can't say Real Fans would know that this person was also in the scene, but we are not looking for those answers. You have to start your statements with Real Fans Would Know, and raise your hand at any point during the reading of the question, and we will get to you at the end of it. With that said, let's start the sequel edition of Real Fans Would Know. I really need an intro to this.
Well
Hang on,
done.
I've got a mascot.
Oh,
What's
hang
up?
on.
Oh.
Gotta get ready. Gotta
Putting
get
his
ready.
mask on.
Also, if Duxon is still on, I was also
There
at
we
Planet
go.
Comic Con today. Just so you know, I was there.
How does this?
Oh, what?
I
Looks
love
great.
her.
Oh, she's lovely.
Yeah, I'll just leave it right here.
cool.
That was
I
expensive.
love her so much.
Just gonna put that down. Okay.
Before I break it.
Is it heavy? Then it's expensive. Put it down.
All right. Our first statement for real fans would know. Here we go. In The Force Awakens, Han concludes that Rey and Finn's best shot at getting BB-8 to the Resistance lies with Maz Kanata on Takodana. Finn asks, "We can trust her, right?" To which Han responds, "Relax, kid. She's run this junk palace for 1,000 years." He advises them not to stare and to let him do the talking, as she is an acquired taste. Who was first on that one?
Oh,
I saw Young. I
I think it's
Young was
young.
first.
Yeah, I think it was young.
Real fans would know he doesn't say junk palace, he just says junk heap.
I cannot accept that.
Oh,
oh.
Marianne.
just kidding.
Real fans would know that he did not say this junk palace.
That is correct.
You
It's a
went
watering
too far.
hole.
You
Watering
went,
hole.
You went far enough to make your question, your statement wrong.
Oh well, you know.
We have to be careful. You know.
I'm sorry.
I would have accepted it if you hadn't been also incorrect.
If you just stopped at junk palace, he would have gotten it.
All right.
Nice.
Let that be a caution to all of you guys. Don't go too far with your corrections. All right. Next statement, Choco.
After Snap confirmed Finn's report with a reconnaissance flight, it was determined that the best approach to destroying Starkiller Base was to take down their shields, then have Poe and his squad hit the thermal capacitors in Precinct 47. That way, they would no longer be able to contain the energy they had absorbed.
All right. I'll take a stab.
Ned?
All right, Nedrix.
Real fans would know that it wasn't Precinct 47.
That is incorrect. It was Precinct 47.
Yep. I knew that. I was just testing you.
Amy.
Real fans would know it wasn't Snap that confirmed Finn's report.
That is incorrect. It was Snap.
Oh,
Young.
okay.
Young?
Real fans would know they weren't supposed to hit thermal capacitors.
That is correct. They were trying to hit the thermal oscillators.
Oscillator.
I was trying to think of the word that whole time.
I'm sorry.
That also read kind of sus to me. Thermal capacitors. All right. Next statement. At the Battle of Exegol, when Lando finally arrives saying, "But there are more of us, Poe," he arrives with a fleet of starships, including the Millennium Falcon piloted by Lando. Many ships can be seen joining the cause, including a VCX-100 Ghost Freighter, CR-90 Corvettes, Fang-class and Comric-class Gauntlets, N-1 Starfighters, Ahsoka's T-6 shuttle, the supertanker Colossus, along with the Blue Ace and Fireball, and an S-161 Stinger-class luxury yacht.
God damn.
I do not know my ship, so I'm not even gonna try.
Not even gonna try.
I was pretty into this as the movie was coming out, so...
Go ahead, Ned.
Well, first, I'd just like to say who brings a yacht to a battle. But real fans would know that there were no N1 starfighters.
That is incorrect.
Ugh. I'm not good at this.
You guys can go down the process of elimination route.
I mean, we
It's
can't.
one of them. You'll get it eventually. Amy?
Real fans would know Ahsoka's T6 shuttle was not there.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Young.
Real fans would know the CR-90 Corvettes weren't present.
That is incorrect.
Okay,
Guys
I
getting
think
closer.
I've got one.
Ned.
So it's on either side of that.
All right. How pedantic is this? Because I could say real fans would know that the Colossus wasn't visible.
We can't accept. That's not what we're looking for. It was there.
There's only like 2 left.
Young.
Real fans would know the ghost is not a VCX 100.
That is incorrect.
I've got nothing.
Is it even ship related? Are we just getting trolled?
Probably.
I wouldn't do that to you guys.
Lies.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past you.
Hammy.
Real fans would know that the fireball was out there.
That is incorrect.
All right, I'm throwing one out. I don't care.
Marianne.
Real fans would know that an S-161 Stinger class luxury yacht was not there.
That is correct.
Oh!
Yeah.
Of course, it was the yacht. Obvious.
I pointed that out. Who would bring a yacht?
Ned, you're so on it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that class Stinger was Mantis with the Cal's crew, but they were not there, or at least not confirmed.
I just want to know who flew the Colossus there, because like that's a hell of a maneuvering.
Yeah. So I knew there were like the Fireball and Blue West. I don't recall the actual Colossus being visible.
No, it
maybe
wasn't
I'm wrong.
visible, but in the reference books they were there.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Next statement for Choco.
Before taking in BB-8, Rey directed it to head to Nema Outpost by itself. She pointed out the direction of the outpost and told BB-8 to stay off Kelvin Ridge and to keep away from the sinking fields in the south. BB-8 ignored her directions and insisted on following her home. Nedrix?
Real fans would know that she did not tell BB-8 to stay off Kelvin Ridge.
That's incorrect. She did
Oh,
stay off Kelvin Ridge. Young?
Real fans would know BB-8 just awkwardly stood there and rocked back and forth being all cute until Ray said, okay, come on.
That's not correct. He did start heading to follow her, and she's like, what are you following me for? And then he started being all adorable, you know?
Oh, okay.
So you're not wrong, but it's not what we're looking for. Marianne?
Real fans would know that the sinking fields weren't in the south.
That is correct. The sinking fields are in the north.
Or okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Right on. Marianne on the board with 3, Young with 1, Abby and Ned with the zeros.
Johnny, be careful with this cord, please.
I need to get better.
PSA, be careful with the cords.
Yeah, that's my nephew, I'm sorry.
Next.
Good job, Silverglass.
Yeah. Next statement. In The Rise of Skywalker, Rey, Finn, and Poe are dejected after having lost Chewie and failing the mission. When they learn 3PO possesses the inscription on the Sith dagger, however, they decide to take him to the black market droid smith Poe is familiar with on Kijimi for a complete redacted memory bypass. The droid smith is revealed to be an incel named Babu Frick. Ned.
Real fans would know that Babu Frick is not an incel.
That is correct. On the board to Ned. It is a Legends species, but in canon, Babu Frick is
Anzelian. Anzelian.
But it sounds too much like incel, and so I was like, it's like, nah, man, Bobby gets play. Bobby's got game.
All right. Next statement, Choco.
The First Order was unable to destroy the Resistance. Their ships were faster and lighter. This meant that they could keep them at a range that made it difficult for the First Order to score a hit on a critical system. Huck said to keep firing anyways. Let's at least remind them that we're still here. Hammy.
Real fans would know that Hux doesn't say, let's at least remind them that we're still here.
He does say that, yes. So, that is not correct.
I'll give it a go.
Nedrix?
real fans would know that they could not get into range. Real fans would know that they were able to keep at a range where the whatever it's called couldn't bypass the shields or something. I don't know.
That is correct. It wasn't that they couldn't hit a critical system. They couldn't.
I butchered that, but
they were ineffective against the shields.
Right
Well
on,
done.
Ned on the board with 2.
Don't do.
I'm patting.
Interesting so far. What was that? 3? Is that statement 3 for you? I'll just.
For me, I believe so.
Yes. Okay. All right. Ned with 2, Marianne with 3, Young with 1, Hammy.
It's all good.
Nice.
All right. Here comes the next statement. When Rey is training with Luke for the first time on Octo, he asks her to close her eyes and just breathe. Upon sensing the Force all around her, she senses all of these things in order: life, death, and decay that feeds new life, warmth, cold, peace, and violence. When Luke asks Rey, and between it all, Rey responds, balance, an energy, a force. Ned Drext.
Real fans would know that the first thing she says is warmth, cold.
No, that isn't correct.
No, okay.
I'm just gonna just do this.
Marianne?
Do it.
Real fans would know that she did not say those things in order.
She did. That is incorrect.
Okay.
Okay.
Hammy.
Real fans would know that Rey doesn't say an energy, a force.
She does say that, yes. That is incorrect.
Okay, Young. Look, we've narrowed it a lot down for you.
Again, y'all, this is my Friday. I have been up since 5. My brain is shot. Bleh. Okay,
ahead.
let's try this. Real fans would know this isn't the first time she's training with Luke. She's been there for a while.
No, that is incorrect. That's her first lesson. Ooh. This might have been too dramatic.
I don't.
Ned.
Always funny stuff. Real fans would know that Rey doesn't respond with balance and energy, of course.
That was
I mean,
already
that's kind
said.
that was already said, but I included balance that time.
Oh, that's true.
Just
Good
so we're
job.
clear.
It was different. I was paying attention.
Hammy.
Hammy?
Real fans would know that's not how you spell octo. Is that correct or no?
That is correct. I mean, not
Ah.
not your statement. That is the correct spelling of Octo.
You
He's
tricked
like,
me.
yes!
I think that's one man's
like-
point away.
Can I just say, real fans know this statement is wrong?
Nope. Come on, you guys. When you know it, you'll be mad.
Yeah.
Young?
Real fans would know this isn't hang on, this isn't like let's try that again. Real fans would know that none of this dialogue happens initially because he slaps her hand first with the blade of grass.
That is incorrect. I think that is the third for Young, right?
What? That might have been my
Okay,
second, because
okay.
I have no fucking clue.
I think everyone has two. Has
Wait,
one left.
let me try one more. Let me try one more.
Wait,
Someone else has to go.
Oh,
So-
well,
go,
5.
and then you can have it again, alright?
Sounds good, thank you.
Go ahead, Ned.
Okay. Real fans would know that I don't know, I didn't actually think of something to say.
God, like, I have so much faith in
Young
you.
wanted it to go again, so I was like, okay, I'll
No, I have faith. You've got
Real
this.
fans would know that when Luke asks Rey, and between it all, I've already said this. I forfeit.
I forfeit.
I forfeit is incorrect.
Damn, who would have guessed?
Go ahead, Young.
I appreciate it.
You're
Then
welcome.
I'm so sorry. This might be wasted. I apologize. I hope we can still be mutuals after this. I'm so sorry, but real fans would know.
Of course.
Luke does not say just breathe.
No, he says it.
Oh, he says that, yeah.
So we got Marianne and Hammy left.
Son of a come
Take it
on.
away, you two. Take it
No,
away.
it's here.
I'm just gonna.
I'm
Okay.
I'm probably gonna be frustrated if I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna take a guess here. Real fans would know that's not the accurate response Luke gives to Rey after she lists all that.
That is incorrect.
We got it narrowed way.
Got this,
We've
Hammy.
just got
You
the
have
entire
got
thing at this
this.
point. What's wrong?
Oh my god. Real fans would know that Luke doesn't ask
I
her
know
to
what it
close her
is.
eyes.
I know what it is.
Nope, he asks her. Just close your eyes.
How many have I done?
And breathe. Just breathe. That is the dialogue.
Have I done 2 or 3?
I think that's it for everyone, huh?
Yeah, I think that was 3.
I think I know what it is now.
Choco, do you want to give it a shot?
Okay, can I just say it, and then if I'm right, I can celebrate but not get the point?
Go ahead, Ned.
I'm pretty sure Rey wasn't training with Luke for the first time.
That's incorrect.
Am I wrong? Okay, never mind. Premature celebration.
Oh my god, what is it?
What is it?
Choco, if you want to try.
Let's see.
He doesn't even know.
No.
No. You're gonna respond
No.
to that?
It's not anything to do with the order. It's what is missing.
I thought you just said it wasn't by omission, though.
The statement that she senses all of these things in order.
There's something dark?
Doesn't she say the island first? Isn't
that is correct.
Oh. Wow.
That's
So someone could have said that these things are not in order. But someone's first attempt was that
that was too
all of
pedantic.
these things that all of these things are not in order. But all of those things are in
They're
order.
not in order.
Oh wow.
But they are.
I said.
But these things are in order. But if you said that
Something was missing.
that life, she doesn't say life first.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay.
This is a tough one.
Ah.
I see despair on Young's face.
Yeah.
It's not just fair. It's more of a what the fuck, bruh.
I get it.
Bruh.
All right. It's easier from here.
Okay, good.
Here we go, Choco.
I made mine easy, I think. Yoda tells Luke that the ancient texts contain nothing that Rey does not already possess, and that it's time for him to look beyond a pile of old books. This means two things.
We might have overlapped.
This means two things. First, that although Luke set fire to the temple, this would not signify the end of the Jedi, and more humorously, that Rey had already stolen the books. Marianne?
Okay, this is a wild guess. Real fans would know that Luke didn't set fire to the temple.
Oh.
That's correct. Yoda called down lightning.
Oh yeah,
from
that's right.
above.
Okay.
Nice.
You stumbled
The
on
sacred
that.
The sacred text. I love how he delivers that line. It's a little ridiculous, and I love it.
Okay, so this is we overlapped on this one. So here's the next statement. When Yoda strikes down the Unity tree in The Last Jedi by force of nature, Luke asks, "So it is time for the Jedi Order to end." Yoda responds, "Time it is for you to look past a pile of old books." Ultimately, Yoda admits knowledge they held, but that library contains nothing that the girl Rey does not already possess.
I'm happy with the order that we did these in, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get lucky there.
All right. Well,
That's not
Hammy
what this
first.
Dyad. Was it Hemi first?
Yeah.
I saw Hammy first.
Real fans would know it's not the Unity tree that is struck down.
No, it is the Unity tree.
Well, thank you, Hammy.
The library is inside it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just thought it was called something different. I didn't remember. Yeah.
Ned?
Real fans would know that Yoda's quote was, but that library was actually something else.
That is incorrect.
Cool. Good to know.
Young.
Real fans would know he does not say the girl Rey, but he says something else.
That is incorrect.
I said something else.
It's like that girl.
That girl over there.
That shorty.
Pretty hot.
Oh my god.
I will say, never mind, I won't say it.
Help us out here, Pep. Throw us a bone.
The track is the right track.
Of course, it's the right track.
Oh man.
Are you attacking me, Marianne?
I am.
The passive aggressiveness I'm here for.
I'm coming for you on this one.
We should have already come for him for that last one. I think you owe us a bone for that last one. Just saying.
Yeah, no kidding. That
I'll
was
give
hard.
you all a point for it then, but Marianne is still in the lead.
Yeah. Everyone gets 1 point. Awesome. No change.
That's a sympathy point for me.
As long as you don't end it with a 0.
Take what you can get.
I'm gonna guess.
Go ahead.
This is a guess. Real fans would know that Yoda doesn't call him a pile of old books.
That is incorrect. Young, was that a...
No, that's me putting my hands up because I have no idea.
She's like, I surrender.
I do surrender. What? I don't have a white flag.
Cup
so-
underscore subscribe to the Dyad.
Hey, thank you for the subscription.
Cuppy cuppers.
Love it.
Silver Glass in the chat says real fans would know it's past and not past. No, that is incorrect.
Wow.
Because that is the correct usage of past. To look past it, not look into the past. Young.
Real fans would know this ain't right, but I have no idea. Real fans would know that he doesn't say Jedi Order. He just says the Order.
No, that is incorrect.
No.
Marianne.
Oh, you know what? No. Okay, you know what?
Never
Real
mind.
fans would know Luke said time for the Jedi to end.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Choco, do
I'll
you
be
know
right
by
back.
any chance?
I'll be right back.
This one I do not know. Nothing's jumping out of me.
Ned, Hammy, take it away, boys. I got nothing.
Neither do I. That's why we're not putting up our hands.
Unless
All right.
Hammy.
Real fans would know that Yoda never says knowledge they held.
I'll take it.
What is?
Ah,
Good job.
good job.
So what was it actually? What were you
Wisdom
looking for?
they held.
Oh!
No.
Good job, Hammy. Well done.
So I'll say to you.
Listen, when we're dealing with quotes, it's the first thing you gotta look at.
Apparently, I need to like go back and look at my questions for you. I need to be a little more pedantic for you as well.
I would
I'm gonna go
love
back
for
and
you
look at my
to be more
questions.
pedantic. Yes.
All
I
right.
want to add to everyone's
I
favorite
need to
Marianne.
one line.
I'm gonna I'm gonna
line.
rewrite some of my questions.
yeah, no, she's writing questions to give to us, the Dyad, and Pep's gonna make her kill us both.
We shall see. All right. The score is Ned 2, Marianne 4, Young 1. Hammy 1. Last statement. Here we go.
Dio provided the Resistance with extensive information on Exegol. Unfortunately, he did not provide information on how to get there. They could not navigate there themselves after looking at the atmospheric readings. Magnetic crossfields, gravity wells, solar winds, and mass shadows made the journey impossible without specific directions.
Ned first, I believe.
Okay. Real fans would know that solar winds were not a concern.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Hammy?
Real fans would know that mass shadows were not a concern.
That is correct. They only said magnetic crossfields, gravity wells, and solar winds. Good job, Hammy.
Right on. All right. So the final score is Ned 2, Marianne 4, Young 1, Hammy 2, with Marianne being our sequel edition winner. Congratulations.
Yay, thank you.
That was wonderful.
That's fun.
And thank you to everyone in the chat trying to get those right. Let's see. I think Connor isn't mine correct. Real fans would know. Luke asked, "What do you see?" I never said he didn't say that.
That would be the omission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do believe it was. Let's see.
But you omitted the island.
Was it 3? Was it 2? No. Which one was it?
It was 4.
Yeah, I didn't say anything about what he asks her.
Cool.
So for Daikon, I think you guys need to do like a Geeks Who Drink type trivia. Not this, but like a Geeks Who Drink type trivia. I think that'd be fun. Just saying.
Daikon.
Throwing that in for Daikon 2024.
Daikon.
I'm calling it Daikon, I'm sorry. Like, you guys aren't getting out of that.
We'll go with it. We'll go with it. So now, I'll let that one play.
I smell profit.
Leonard Super Chat
Super chat.
$2.40 random drop. Young is awesome. She deserves everything amazing.
There you go.
Aww.
Appreciate that.
Young
Phantom
is
Marianne.
No, I'm sorry. I'm waiting for my dog to. They've been bugging me. Robert.
Oh dear. All right.
Yeah, my dog's refusing to be on the bed.
It's time for our final segment. Pictionary. Yay.
This is my favorite one.
I love this one.
So I'll be throwing the link in the chat for you guys all in the chat to also participate in this game as well.
Everybody join in. It's a riot of a time.
It is a ride of a time.
I love it.
And I cuss a lot, so sorry.
And I will be dropping the link in this chat here, in this call, as well as in the chat for the stream. So go ahead and join in. when you would
Yeah.
like to.
Stupid advertisement.
Let's
No.
go.
Advertisement.
Let's see here. Oh. I forgot I didn't make this
Fuck off.
change. That is an awkward layout.
Aha. Now I have a profile picture.
Hey,
That's weird. We all so skinny. Okay, I'm done. I am definitely bordering on slap happy right now. I'm so fucking tired.
We'll deal with it for now. I've yet to.
It's just a new way of looking at everybody. It's fine.
I have yet to set up a layout for this, which I could do right now. We have six people.
yeah, but I mean, I think the drawing is what we're most concerned about.
This all looks like a bunch of bookmarks.
I love that.
I like
That should
bookmarks.
be merch for Daikon.
All right, let's see what I can do in the matter of moments.
That looks funny.
So, just as a quick reminder, remember to choose very quickly because it will skip your turn if you don't choose. And also to keep an eye on the page. Some people are like, well, Alt tab and go back to the YouTube, but it will pop up and ask if you're still there and disconnect you if you time out.
Yes.
Very
Choco, can you vamp
demanding.
while I do this?
Absolutely. One thing I do find interesting about us as a dyad is because in my regular life, I am also very straight-laced, but when we are together, it forces me to be the I default the straight man role to Element, and it makes me get crazy, which I appreciate sometimes.
Brings out the best in you, Choco.
Yep. But yeah, no, I'm excited. The Pictionary games are definitely one of our most fun, and things have just been busy and crazy. We have plans to pull out some new games as well, so that will be coming. We do promise that'll be coming soon, and yeah, have a grand old time. Other than that,
I can't wait to ask you guys questions. Oh, I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we're gonna kill it.
I am now concerned that you're just gonna try to be
I was gonna say.
as mean as possible.
Y'all
will-
watch your backs. Marianne will come for your kneecaps.
I will appreciate every single moment of pedantry that you guys can throw.
Oh
way.
my god, I'm so excited for this.
Well, I can vote kick someone. That sounds pretty mean.
That's why.
Let's just took a turn.
It gives me the option. Okay,
That's fair. That's fair.
ask Gartic.io.
Hey, Hammy. I have
Hey,
a question for you.
we lose someone.
What's up?
What happened?
We lost one person, and I'm not certain who. But it might have popped up and asked, "Are you still there?" And
Oh, it might have been me.
Yeah, Young, you're not on there.
My bad.
Yeah, Young, you left.
I did. I'm sorry. Anyway, question for you is, what color are you seeing through your sunglasses?
Me?
Yeah.
It's like a violet color almost.
Oh no, I'm in the wrong thing. I don't know where I'm at. Oh no, I went into a completely wrong room. I
Oh
don't
no.
like that. I was playing with strangers. I don't like that. No.
strangers. What a bunch of bastards.
Okay, I'm back where I need to be. Good lord. I didn't
There you
All
are.
right.
Welcome
Happy to have you
back.
back.
I
That
do
was
believe that we are looking good now.
No more bookmarks.
No more
Yes.
bookmarks. Yes.
Quite a bit better.
All right.
Oh, let's go.
I think we're ready to start, and unless anybody in the chat says that's
Yes, I'm still here.
okay.
Y'all
Ned,
should
Hammy,
It's fun.
Marianne, Young, Chaz Michaels, which is like sounds like a porn star name.
Sorry.
Silverglass.
Okay.
Can't with you guys.
If there's no one else trying to get in, I think we should start, right?
All right.
Do it.
Let's
Do it.
Oh, before we start, it's going to give you two choices. The timer on the bottom is not your total time to make that choice. You have essentially 3 seconds to make a choice. So if you don't know anything, just pick one and then look it up afterwards. You have a lot more time to actually do your drawing than to choose.
Chaz Michaels, is that because I know that name. Is it in regards to Chaz Michaels? If so, that's Will Ferrell's character in Blades of Glory.
Oh, that movie. I love that movie.
All right, here we go.
Okie dokie.
Did you get out the drawing pen, Pep, and the
No.
gloves? That's good.
It's only when another guest forces my hand.
Although I do want to do an episode where we have
Blank.
both Lyris and Case Danzy come out, and you guys just go all out.
That would be amazing.
Squidward.
God.
What is going on?
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
that's-
What's his name? What's his name?
Oh!
Why is it not taking it?
How the hell do you spell it?
Why is it not taking it? I don't know how to play it. Spell
How
it.
the hell do you spell it?
How do you fucking spell it?
That's such a weird spelling.
What? Hang on. No, I don't like this.
Wait,
That's it.
Wait.
It may also be his species.
What is
I don't
this?
know how to
species?
spell that. God dang it.
Oh,
Hang on. Oh,
That is a
Lord.
weird
Nope,
spelling.
I'm
Okay,
copying and
the
pasting
way
that
you started
shit.
drawing that was the Chad Squidward face.
I don't know how to spell it.
100%.
Copy and paste, Marianne. Copy and paste.
I don't even know. Oh my god, damn it. No, I tried. I really tried spelling it. I got nothing.
Nautilin.
Oh god, it's my turn.
okay.
Sorry.
Not to be confused with the Squid Baby on Men in Black.
See?
Um,
Why? Why is it
That
phallic
is-
again? It's not Choco though.
Woman,
gosh dang it.
Last time that was all young, I believe.
I just was calling it out how I see it. Shit.
Oh, interesting, huh?
Oh God.
God damn
There
it.
you go.
Well, wow.
What?
How are you getting this?
Because I fat fingered it the first time, it makes me mad.
You did what?
Like that.
You did what?
No, I spelled it right, but I accidentally hit the letter J got in there somehow. I was like, what are you doing in there?
I'm not one to judge art,
How the
but that
fuck
does
do you
not
spell
look
it?
like Darth
God damn
Sidious.
it.
What? Those
Sorry.
I don't know how to
Darth
spell.
Taters.
And then he just
Alright, let's
wrote
go, Amy.
Palpatine.
Oh God, this would be so hard to draw. God damn it. Oh my
I have
God.
faith.
Just pick one and draw the
Yeah, yeah.
concept of it.
Yeah. Exactly what I did.
Right, yeah, it says blank.
Hoth.
Yay! Hint.
Hoth.
That's a long word.
A little line.
Are you drawing him? Oh, there.
I'm trying. I'm going.
10 underscores.
Oh my god. What color am I gonna use here?
Jabba the butt.
Oh, wait. Oh, I'm close. I'm so close. Hold on.
This tells me nothing.
Shit. How do you spell it?
The eyes are sending me.
How do you spell it? Ah,
Oh my god.
I'm close. I can't spell. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
No, come on. No, don't do this
How
to
am I
me.
gonna...
Ah!
Oh.
Woo!
Shit.
What
I don't know what
is
else.
it? What is it?
I'm trying to figure out what else I can do.
That was stressful.
You guys are almost there. The spelling's a little bit off.
One more eye.
Oh,
Y'all
dang.
copy and paste.
I never saw that at all. I was like,
I was trying to draw a new gun ray. I was just trying to draw the headpiece, and I'm like, okay.
oh my goodness, how am I? How do
Draw
I
the
draw
concept.
this?
Gotcha.
Draw the concept.
Start with penis. Start with penis, and we'll get it from there.
Draw penis.
We'll get it from there. Don't worry.
Mm,
You're gonna have to start with something phallic, aren't you?
Oh no! I can already. Oh.
what?
Okay.
Batman.
That.
I don't know why I don't know why I did that.
Oh my god.
What is that?
What is that?
Okay, all right.
Oh dear.
Oh god.
What is going on?
Sperm with wings? Oh shit. Crap. What is its name? Oh crap.
It's not.
No, it's not that. Oh. Sorry.
No.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Come on.
Knock? Oh my god. Okay.
I said Exegorth.
I drew the Exegorth and it was inside of the.
Oh,
That's
right.
what that was. Okay. I was like, Falcon? I don't know.
This guy's gonna be okay. Oof. Bear with me for a second.
Got this.
I was going to draw it like stuck on the inside of the window. I was like, no, I can't draw that. That'd be.
A bug.
Model ladybug.
Mike.
And then
name, Mike
okay,
Wazowski.
hopefully this should be enough.
Mike Wazowski, but red.
Red was.
Why are you
What
not
did I draw?
enclosed? Oh my god.
E,
No, Evelyn.
and then nah. And then
What are you?
Oh.
Why are you?
I
why
probably
are
bit
you
off a bit more than I can chew.
everywhere? Why? Why? Can you two just come downstairs and hang with me? Because I am scared of what y'all are doing.
Yeah.
What is going on?
That still does not help me.
E.
Yes, I
This
did
was-
build this helmet.
I suppose I should probably know how to draw before I do this kind of thing next time.
Oh, don't
Please,
worry.
Fernando.
This is quite detailed.
You and Johnny need to come down here, okay? Thank you.
He's got kind of a
cigar.
I colored it up,
Okay.
No.
What?
and then
Oh! I don't know how to say his
Leland
name.
Sleaze Pagano. After you did
Oh.
the hints, I couldn't type it fast enough because it's a pretty damn long name.
I started just spamming hint, but obviously it wasn't enough.
It was
Alright,
not
silver
enough.
glass.
Hey, just curious.
I
y'all
only
didn't
picked that one
find
because I
me,
didn't know
right?
the other answer.
There we go.
I should have drawn some hair.
You.
You.
Come on, you got it.
Come on.
There we go.
We have faith. Oh! No! That's not it.
Man.
Why?
Oh.
Why is your tail wet? Ow.
Hey!
Oh,
Got it. Yes.
What? Why is this not what it?
There's a child in the background. Why
Yes,
is
it's
there a
my
child in the
niece. I
background?
don't know what she's doing. She's being obnoxious right now. Please tell me you can't see her.
We can see her.
God dang it, Evelyn! No, you cannot be seen right now. She is Evelyn.
Oh.
Johnny.
oh, okay.
What have you guys gotten into? Son of a gun! Oh my god! I know. I know.
What are you doing?
Skip the turn.
Chaz Michael
Interesting.
skipped a turn.
Alright, let's see this.
Fuck.
A blue. Very. With red eyes.
No, that's not what I want. Go away. Go away. I just need a pencil. Give me the damn pencil.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
How did everybody just get that?
Okay, this is handsome Squidward. At the beginnings of it.
No?
I don't think that's right, but I'll allow it.
I don't know if I allowed the hint.
No.
More general.
More.
More.
Oh. Oh no, how am I going to draw this?
Mm-hmm.
Draw the concept of it.
It's another handsome Squidward. A lot of those going around today. Oh, that's the wrong kind of.
This is really
Oh,
good.
Oh!
What's the name? What's the name? Oh, never mind.
Why is it not giving me any?
What?
Oh, okay.
There we go. Jesus Christ.
That's big. Sorry.
Oh my god! Gosh dang it! I cannot spell his name!
The other gender.
Dean, oh shit.
Wow.
Okay.
That was really good.
Thank you.
It was better than my sleaze Begano.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I got a feeling.
Hadouken!
Bye. Ah.
Hoi. Come on. That is.
That tonight's gonna be a good night.
It's obviously a shit. Look at that.
I'm so close and I have no idea.
Rhymes with Harrier.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Harrier.
Appreciated.
I was not going to get that.
I don't know that. Someone help. You can't just put the hint up and then not give me an actual hint.
I'm trying, but it won't let me anymore!
Ah.
All right.
Oh my. Okay. Let's do this. I did this totally wrong.
Actually, I think I prefer the other layout.
Oh, wait, shoot. Ah.
Good
Huh?
rabbit.
What is that?
That
Okay.
is
It's a bloody rabbit.
What?
good question.
Oh,
Oh, stop.
Ah! I didn't know they were.
Okay, let me.
This is the worst round I've ever had.
I don't know this creature's name.
I don't know what it
is.
is either.
Definitely not this.
I thought those were ears. Okay.
Oh, gross. It's that thing. I don't know what it is. Oh,
Greek.
I was like, it's a rabbit. It's a quokka.
All right.
Ah.
Green.
oh,
Oh, shit. How do you spell
Wait.
his name?
yeah.
Oh, yay.
What, are you kidding me? I don't know what it is. Oops.
Okay. It
Look,
rhymes with
it's
Yoda's
clearly Yoda going to the furnace.
Are you kidding me?
My home, this is. This
There
is
we
what
go.
I was trying to write.
Okay. Okay. This should be very interesting to see.
These all have been very interesting.
Oh,
to
sorry
see.
about that, Silverglass. They said Yoda Hut, which is my favorite
Yoda
pizza
one
restaurant.
For me. That's a square.
Silverglass, deep blue.
Deep blue box.
Is that Blinky? Wait.
It can be whatever you want it to be. And do. I'm running out of time faster than I'd like to.
What is this?
That's not how you draw a person.
Looks like a
Dog?
What is?
Alright, I'm just gonna start drawing random crap.
Here, can you give us a hint at least?
Yeah, I'll give you a couple.
Whoa.
What in the heck? What?
Oh.
We have so much.
Ah.
More.
Oh my god, Young, you got it!
Yeah.
Wait, what? What?
What the hell is it? Oh god. Hamburger.
Wasn't that a good drawing?
Oh my god.
It was Blinky the Ghost in a Bacta tank, which obviously means Empire Strikes Back.
Today I learned that I can't actually draw people.
Neither can I. It's all good. Looks like we lost Overglass. Hopefully you went to bed.
Oh, he disconnected. They disconnected.
Oh.
No.
I don't know.
That's Alf.
Yeah, that looks like something from the movie Labyrinth.
Oh, what are they? What are they? Crap. Shoot. Ah.
Huh? Huh?
Huh?
Oh.
Give us a hint.
What is it?
Give us a hint. Come on.
I have nothing.
You can, like, if you press hint again,
How
it gives
the
you the
hell? Both of you, how in the hell?
I don't know.
What the fuck? A Gungan.
Gungan.
Okay.
Okay.
It's more of a fleshy color, though. Or at least my flesh.
What the oh no, son of a crap. Oh shit.
Son of a crap. You can't say crap and then shit and then act like that's not the same thing.
Love you too. Heart you. Okay.
So the
what?
Oh.
Oh.
That's all I'm giving you guys. I don't know what else to do because I can't draw people.
It's okay. I'm still recovering from the Gungan that looked like a Nina on Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh wow.
Stop.
Oh.
What am I looking at?
It literally is that.
I searched in love you I know.
Yes.
You just said a Netrix.
Yes.
Oh no. Damn it. The phone. From the
Was
guy
either that
who
or
drew the
Garsax?
Empire
I'm like,
Strikes
I have
Back
no idea how to
poster.
draw him properly.
Oh.
Shoot, what are they called? What are they called?
Um,
I don't know how to spell.
What? How am I not getting this?
Look at the shape.
apparently.
I know. It keeps telling me it's close.
Pizza.
Look at the shape.
Look at it.
What's close about it?
Ah, finally.
You see what I mean?
Jesus.
Not saw.
Clean this up here.
It's not. I don't know what it is. I'm just gonna say Death Pizza.
Death pizza.
What am I looking at? Death Pizza.
Are you kidding me?
It's Superstar Destroyer.
It's a little bit elongated. That's
Yeah.
No, Choco, no.
I literally have the screenshot. It says Superstar Destroyer is close. What could possibly closer than the correct answer?
Probably said like Superstar Destroyer.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
A lot of people. I hear a lot of people.
What the shit?
No, that's not how you spell that, but that's fine.
How did Choco
Maybe
get
I
that?
just-
Yeah, Choco, what?
Let's see.
because we see eye to eye.
Crap, what are those people called?
Well, I want to give you a hint.
Called. I gave you guys a big hint on that last one. I don't know.
Okay, this is gonna be interesting. How the hell do you spell it? Katerine. How does...
I'm close, but I have no idea.
God, frick.
Oh,
I have no idea. What was it?
Oh, Royal
Royal
Guard.
Guard.
Royal Guard.
Royal Guard.
Yep. All right.
It was for me. I was like, it's either a Royal Guard or Palpatine's like robot thing from from the game, but I don't know how to spell that, so I wrote Royal Guard.
I think I actually got the correct spelling of Praetorian for once.
Well, thank you guys so much for calling in and joining us on another episode, wonderful episode of Dyad in the Forest. We always appreciate Young and Marianne calling in. Listen, we did ask for it, and there's a reason we asked for it, is because
we love it.
Yeah, we wanted you guys to come in and hang out. Nad for calling in, Hammy for calling in. Thank you guys so much for contributing to the discussion and at least scoring 2 on Real Fans Would Know.
Well done.
Why don't we start?
You knocked that last one out of the park.
Why don't we start from the bottom? Now we hear. Hammy, why don't you let everybody know where they can find you and your content?
Oh, you can follow me. You can follow me on TikTok at HammyDman. I don't post often there now, but if you want to go check out my stuff, you can. And you can check out my podcast. It's on YouTube. It's at the Wars in the Stars podcast. We talk about Marvel, Star Wars, DC, that type of thing. So go check it out.
Awesome. Young.
Nice.
You can find me at Lothal Youngling on the Tiki Tax. I do have a podcast. It has not been updated in a hot minute because that's my fault, because I have not been able to bring myself to edit. But there are more of us on Spotify and Apple. We try to release on Tuesdays, but again, has not happened. My co-host is JComics7. Great guy.
Awesome. Marianne?
You can find me on TikTok at Mari_Maui. I talk a lot about Star Wars music, and books and my reactions to stuff like that. I also have a podcast, goes by Are We Forcing It? Me and my friend Annie. We release an episode every Tuesday. We're currently reading From a Certain Point of View, and also talking about the Bad Batch and Mandalorian. Yeah, that's about it.
And Ned?
Don't talk to me. I'm just kidding.
Talk to me.
Hey, I did not see that. Cool.
I do have a TikTok. Hopefully I start uploading there again. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'm just done with that. Who knows?
I know the US is trying to ban it, so we all might be done if you're from the US.
For what, like the 5th time?
I know.
I will become
This one's actually got some meat on it, though. So.
I've heard.
So don't forget to
Fortunately,
subscribe to
I'm
this
not in
channel
America.
then. If that may happen, you can find Choco and I on this channel and on his YouTube channel, Darth Choco. And perhaps on Instagram, who knows where our short form will live, possibly on this channel too with the shorts now, but we'll see what happens with TikTok. But Choco, anything final?
Nothing final yet. Some cool things are coming, but I can't talk about them yet. So we'll talk to you about them soon. Super glad to have everyone on. Always fun to play games with you. We appreciate it.
And that'll do it for this episode of Dyad in the Forest. I still haven't really checked which one it is. I think it is 117 at this point. But thank you to all our guests for calling in. And don't forget, April 4th to the 11th, we'll be in London for Star Wars Celebration and on the HoloNet news stage on that Sunday, 4:30 p.m.
Fun, you guys.
I hope you guys have the best time ever.
I will be glued to my phone. Again, I'm so upset. I didn't realize the way things worked out. I could have gone, but I need to expedite a passport. But it's just no way. Damn.
Well, looking forward to DICON next year.
It's gonna happen, and y'all are gonna come to Orlando.
I want to go to this.
Y'all are going to Orlando.
I wouldn't be
want
opposed to
but
it,
it's
actually. I
expensive.
mean, there's a lot of mutuals we have that are on the East Coast, and I've also never been to Disney World, although
Come in the
I've
middle.
Show you around.
I've been over there and it's so sweaty, just in general.
If you come earlier, like right now, it's
It's a
actually
swamp.
not that
It
bad.
really is. It's awful.
Okay.
It's not that bad right now.
It's not that bad. It's awful, really. It's awful.
I lived there for 5 years. It's awful. God.
We'll see. There's not a lot planned for us to. There's not really a lot we can do for like an actual convention, but we will plan some like a definitely like a meet and greet and some activities that we can do around there, including going to Galaxy's Edge. So we may decide between Disneyland or Disney World. We'll have to talk about it more the closer we get to the date, but for sure we are planning. We will be planning to do something with the community in lieu of Celebration taking the break from that year. But
Nice.
we look forward to seeing everyone there, and we look forward to seeing all of you in the UK and anyone else going to Star Wars Celebration London. But that's the end. On to the next one.
For light and for life,
We're all the Republic.
and photon fizzles for life.
Oh.
Yeah.
May the Force be Grogu.